Welcome. I'm Brad Silbert.
I'm pilot
this
Ryan
is
Dellinger
HCTV
and our
Sports
cameraman
Game Day.
this evening,
You'll
Ryan
see 4 exciting
Stillebauer,
games
as
on
Snyder
one screen.
meets Carmel tonight.
The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome. I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps,
tonight,
your
basically.
smartphone.
Absolutely. And
Amazon.
it's not penalties that come from hustle plays. It's not being able to count to 1 or maybe 2. Those are the ones that get them. The holding penalties have been killing them all season, especially on that quick out pass they like to run. So for the Snyder Panthers to get out of here tonight with a win, they have to play 100% a flawless game. 0 penalties. They got to get something out of their kick return game, and they have to be able to control either the offensive side or the defensive side of the line of the Carmels, and that's the Carmel Greyhounds. That's going to be a huge task because there are some very good players out there for Carmel.
Still, if Snyder plays a solid game tonight, they got a shot.
They do. Yeah, absolutely. John Barnes has progressed. He had double duty early in the season with another quarterback who's no longer with the team. Now he's the sole guy out there, and he's done a very good job on the season. Barnes passing for 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. But also in the run game, he helps out a lot too, Jim. He has almost 300 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. His QBR has steadily increased through the season has gone on. He's up around 99 right now. So can John Barnes control that offense as a junior? We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, the weather will definitely be an issue tonight. We just checked one of the television station websites here in Indianapolis. We're at 31 degrees right now here in Carmel. The temperatures are expected to drop into the upper 20s by the time the game ends. The wind is coming out of the west-northwest at about 16 miles an hour, and the wind chill is down around 20 degrees. This is not exactly a night to take that long, leisurely stroll along the beach. And the wind is definitely going to be a factor as far as the play calling is concerned. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of running plays tonight.
Yeah, I think so. We can see the flags across the way from us. They're gusting. The wind is really coming out of the west quite hard. We felt it on the drive down here, and it kind of pushed us all over the road.
Yes.
And the team, you know what? There's real no advantage to which way you go right now, to be honest with you. Maybe if you're going here to the north end zone or the south end zone is a little more of an advantage in this wind right now, but I don't know. It's probably a crapshoot on that wind right now as the both teams are still waiting to come back out on the field. One thing you have to look for in this Greyhound team, they have unbelievable linebackers. They're big, they're fast, and they're very experienced. Bo Robbins, a senior, stands 6'4", 238 pounds. You know how these sheets are. He probably weighs more like 250. And he's committed to go to IU. And the guy right next to him, Joey Schmidt, another guy that flies all over the field, another senior. And then they have Ty Wise, who's very good as well. And then at the inside linebacker's position is Matt Boyer, another senior. So seniors all over the field for the Carmel Greyhounds.
Interesting about the games involving Snyder and Carmel last week. Both teams fell behind in their sectional championship games before coming from behind to win and advance to tonight's regional championship game. Both teams are 9-2 for the season, and Carmel has an 8-4 edge all time against Snyder, including winning the last 4 games against the Panthers. Panthers won their sectional by defeating Carroll 49-30, and then defeating Homestead in a terrific game last week by a score of 49-35. And don't let that 2-touchdown margin fool you. The Spartans gave Snyder all they wanted and then some. In fact, had the lead early in the fourth quarter before Snyder got the last 3 scores to win it by 2 touchdowns. Carmel defeated Westfield 28-7, whose stadium we passed coming here. And unfortunately, it's dark tonight. It is an awesome stadium at Westfield. And last week, Carmel defeated Lafayette Jeff 41-21. Right now, we're going to pause for the performance of our national anthem. All right, and it's football time in Carmel as we're about 8 minutes away from the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. The world is waiting for you to make a difference in a way that only you can. Discover your strengths at Indiana Wesleyan University's residential campus in Marion, Indiana. Visit indwes.edu. Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. The University of St. Francis offers 100% job employment in select programs and 100% pass rates on many license exams. With over 2,300 students, the main campus is located in the heart of Fort Wayne. Visit sf.edu. And at Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Regional Championship weekend in Indiana, the IHSAA football tournament. When we take a time out here, back with more from Greyhound Stadium in Carmel in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back live inside Ray Skillman Stadium as 6A number 2 Center Grove takes on 6A number 5 Avon in the Elite 8. Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry, we welcome you to Center Grove Trojan football. This is the 46th annual IHSAA football state tournament being presented by the Indianapolis Colts and Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. The temperature tonight here at game time, 32 degrees, but it feels like 21 degrees, 17-mile-an-hour winds. And Ted, we're about ready for the best matchup tonight in Class 6A, Center Grove and Avon.
Yeah, it's obviously a do-or-die time. You get in the state tournament, one loss and you're gone. So you have to come in mentally. And
hello, everyone, to Veer Fair Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Mark James and Lance Scheib ready to bring you an interesting matchup as the high school football season rolls along. It is a chilly night, most assuredly. The wind is stout as Bloomington South comes to town. A 6-5 record. Mo Moriarty knocking off his alma mater, the Martinsville Artesians, a week ago. The Decatur Central Hawks and Kyle Enright 10-1 on their season, a monumental win over the Irish of Cathedral just 1 week ago. Happy to be joined, as always, by longtime coach Lance Scheib. And, Coach, we're ready to play some football, and this should be a great matchup between two very good football teams.
Well, I tell you what, the neat thing about what's going on right now, when you're playing in the regional, you're in November, you're playing with the elements as well as anything else. But again, you get the best of the very best left, and I just love, because they're always complete teams. What I'm excited about tonight, we've got two teams that I think are very similar in a lot of ways, but they're complete. They're good offensively. They got explosive players. They're fantastic on defense, and special teams, I think, could be the big key here tonight.
A little bit of history woven in between these two programs. Kyle Enright, the head coach here at Decatur Central. His dad, the legend, the Hall of Famer Dave Enright, once patrolled the sidelines of Bloomington South.
Well, I tell you what, doesn't get better than Dave Enright. He is just a legendary man on the field, off of the field. Kyle's learned so much from him, and really has just grown because of his being a coach's kid. I love watching people that have been a part of it and grown up all their life with it.
Indianapolis Colts tonight, a Class 2A regional round matchup between undefeated #1 ranked Western Boone and once beaten and second ranked Indianapolis Cecina. with Matthew Huber handling our video, Rick Brenner while in producing, Jan Bozier alongside. I'm Jerry Baker. As we mentioned, we are at Roncalli High School this evening. By virtue of the draw, it's a home game for Cecina, but their home facility simply not sufficient to host the contest, thus the move to Roncalli, a side they have used during the regular season on numerous occasions. Big Jan, good to be back. Let's talk about tonight's game. Let's talk offense. Western Boone is a ball club that comes into this regional championship averaging overall 44 points a game with a 12-0 record. The other side of the coin, Cecina. They're 11-1, 36.4 points per game. We may have to add another digit to the scoreboard tonight.
A lot of points, Big, for sure. And this is, the thing I think of, as I look about Western Boone's offensive output, you're talking about they averaged 44 points, but they fell short to Cecina last year.
Right.
So they knew they had to improve. Well, not only did they improve offensively, we'll talk about defense here in a second, but last year they averaged 32 points a game. This year, 44 points a game. That's a lot of points. On the other side, Cecina, who's going to want to throw this ball, 36. That is a lot of point production.
And at the same time, Jane, you got to look at the other side of the column here. Defensively, Cecina allows only 16.6 points per game. Western Boone gives up 7.3 points per game. The question is, who wins, offense or defense?
Yeah, that's no doubt the question of the night. We'll be answering that one as the night progresses. 7.3 is fifth best in all classes and second best in 2A. This is a Cecina ball club that wants to throw the football against an unbelievably great defense.
And it may be difficult to throw that football tonight. It is very, very windy here at Roncalli High School tonight. It is also very, very cold. One of the first things that happened when I walked through the gate, the gentleman downstairs said, be careful going up the steps. They're icy. And they are icy out there right now.
Pete always asks me, what's the worst thing? Is it rain? No, it's not rain, it's mud. The most difficult piece of any football game is cold. It's a touch game. Quarterback's hands, receivers' hands, interceptions' hands. Offense on the sideline getting cold, defense getting cold. We'll see how it all works out.
Here we go. The opening kickoff is taken by Western Boone from about the 23-yard line, and they got to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Western Boone's offensive unit tonight, they've got a good size starting unit on their front line. They will open up with Max Johnson at left tackle, 6'2", 260, and a junior. Michael Rice at left guard, 6', 270, a senior. The center is Casey Foster, 6', 255, and a junior, number 54. Right guard is 6', 280, and a senior, 56, Sam Wilkinson. Or the right tackle is 6'2", 220, and a junior, 58, Jake Jones. It's a good-sized offensive line for Western Boone. They average 257 pounds per man from tackle to tackle.
And when you have that type of offensive power, you want to run the football. Here they go, man.
And they start from the 23-yard line, make it the 27-yard line, and on very first placement scrimmage on the ground. And Jen, I have a feeling that the weather conditions are going to perhaps indicate how you're going to handle this football tonight as you get 8 yards on the first down run. As you pointed out, they like to throw the football. That's going to be difficult tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Western Boone's a little more balanced, whereas Cecina is really pass-oriented. And when you talk about good football teams, you talk about a couple things, Big. Big front line, want to run the football, and a great defense. Western Boone has them all.
That's Cecina now on the stop, getting a good stop by Matt Funk on the defensive stop that time, and a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. It'll be third down and about 6 yards to go for the first down now for the Western Boone. Third down now. Situation we're going to get a feel for the football game on third down situations. Looking to throw the football. It is caught at the 46-yard line across midfield into Cecina territory. And at about the 46, 47-yard line. John, they threw the football and threw it well that time.
Well, take a look at the replay. Quarterback does not get spooked here. He has plenty of time to throw. And as much as they are a rushing football, 150 yards passing is not bad as well.
Western Boone's quarterback is Spencer Wright, and he is a good one. Back to throw. Wright looking for somebody to go to. Can't find anybody. It's an open man to the near side. Will come out that direction and get the block out there by number 15. Luke Kernodle, one of the wing guys. And he will keep the football, get it down to around the 32-yard line. Good enough for a first down. That's the second first down now for Western Boone.
Well, this is what separates him from a lot of the other quarterbacks. He's a football player, good legs, good arm, but he's smart. I wish I was this smart, Big. He's seen nobody open, did not throw it away, did not throw it into coverage, says, hey, let me get what I can, and he got a bunch.
Western Boone quarterback, as we mentioned, Spencer Wright. He's 101 of 152 on the year. That's a completion percentage of 66%. That's just remarkable. On the first down, up the middle they go, down to around the 25-yard line. This is a good drive already for Western Boone.
Well, when you talk about the cold and everything else, especially in a tournament game, you know all the teams are going to be good now. To me, getting off to a good start is so important in tournament football.
So it'll be second down, a couple of yards to go for the first down. Cruz Washington, the leading rusher for Western Boone. Luke Cornodle is the wing guy, number 15. We talked about him a couple of moments ago. Second down and a couple of yards to go. And on the ground, the game continues. They get it inside the 15 and just outside the 10, down to about the 12-yard line. Third first down of this drive, and it's an impressive one now for Western Boone.
Well, the coach for Western Boone says this team was created 6 years ago. They understood when he came in the need to be strong, get better every year, and this is the epitome of what he stands for. Good, hard-nosed, strong football, and boy, you've seen it there.
Well, they've got a first down now, and they could get another first down, but the ball is outside the 10-yard line. Put a man in motion. And again, just pound it over the left side this time, inside the 10, down to around the 7 or 8 yard line.
Western Boone is going to make you guess. They go power up the middle. They go sprint out the side. They pass the football. When you got that kind of package, Big, that you can be diverse, spread it out, or be power, that causes the defense to kind of guess a little bit. Where do they want to pick their poison?
Second down and roughly 6 yards to go for the first down. Again, Spencer Wright is the quarterback for this Western Boone ball club. He's had a good year passing the football, but right now they're using the ground game, and he is in trouble as defensively 2 of those Cetina Crusaders came charging in to get him a loss back outside the 10, down to around the 10, about the 12-yard line.
Well, Matthew Funk makes right now the play defensively.
Second down and 5 from the Snyder 20-yard line for Carmel. They have the first scoring opportunity of this game, and they'll run it off the right side and get the first down. That's Downing.
Great play. He does not go for the inside and makes a great solo tackle, I should say. Big stop for Cecina.
And again, that was Matt Funk, who had a stop earlier on now. Third down and about 9 yards to go for the first down. Looking to throw, and again, he's going to get sacked outside the 10, about the 13-yard line. And again, that defense.
Tonight they'll play a 3-4.
Downing's the lone setback. Out of the shotgun, quickly takes the snap, and as he receives the snap, a penalty flag is down, and usually that's a false start.
Actually, it's going to be off the Panthers.
Well, those are the penalties we talked about at the open.
Downs, fourth down and 10. The ball spotted at about the 13-yard line. Big play coming up. Fire toward the end zone, and it is incomplete.
43 to go in the first quarter.
The Panthers need to come up with a big play here on first down. Try to push this Carmel team back into maybe field goal range.
Downing, the lone setback. Quickly hands it off. No, he keeps the ball. Quickly to the end zone. Give that man 6 points. Gabe Quickly rushing for his third, a touchdown this season. And it's an 80-yard drive just like that for Carmel as they grab a 6-0 lead with 10:32 to go in the first quarter.
Wow, just another easy play there. Another RPO play there was run pass option. He kept it.
First and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Cecina for the first time has the football. Coming to the
30, 20, 15,
He's gone.
10,
He's gone.
And dives for the end zone, and he's down to the 1.
Got to be down at the half-yard line.
Just inside the 1, Carson Steele.
Well, they run a little Carson Steele, watch him out of the backfield, goes out here. Corner does not pick him up. Linebacker does not pick him up. He's wide open. We know what he can do in the open field, as you see right here. I thought that he got into the end zone, but 11 comes in. That's their big offensive. Jalen Peterson, he's able to save a touchdown, but they're looking at first and goal at the half-yard line.
Jumbo package in. Hand off. Carson Steele trying to go behind Gaffney. The second push didn't get in. Remains at the 1-yard line. So for Carson Steele this year, 27 rushing touchdowns. His next rushing touchdown will tie Tytus McCoy with 28 for the most in one season. Didn't quite get the push, Ted.
Yeah, they got good penetration right there. Offensive line, you need to get some push right here.
Going to Gaffney, and he tried to spin away, but he's taken down in the
back the other way. Harrington going to get to the end zone. Penalty marker is down. I don't know, Coach. I need to see the replay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
They really shot the gap. Watch him come and shoot the gap. Just grab hold of anything they can once they get through that offensive line, and they put Center Grove in a position here that all year Center Grove's been able to just pretty much power up and run that football into the end zone, and not so.
So it's 3rd and goal now from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to have to call timeout.
4, 3, 2 on the play clock, down to 1, and he just got it off. And now they're going to throw a penalty flag and movement by the Center Grove Trojans.
I'm a little surprised Eric didn't call timeout right there. I mean, obviously you lost a couple yards. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. I mean, or the 8-yard line, excuse me, 8 or 9. So. Definitely, I can't imagine you could run it in from here. I mean, obviously it could be 4-down territory, but I would think if you don't pick it up the touchdown or get it.
Throws it out in the flat. Trying to get upfield before he gathered it in is Jason Allen. 26 receptions for 600 yards and 5 TDs on the season. And
Jalen Peterson and Nathan Conley along with Alex Griffith. And he throws, caught at the 1, out of bounds. Completed pass to 31, Jake Gagnon. He is a senior, and he runs out of bounds right at the 1-yard line. So to be 4th and goal at the 1.
I would think he'd definitely go for it here. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you get in a position where you feel like you have a chance, then you can go for it. But
it feels different.
The feel,
yes,
because of as cold as it is. I mean, that's going to have an impact. Harrington on the keep, gets a nice seam and breaks a couple of tackles down inside the 15, still rolling, down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, I tell you what, back to the field on gloves, and I know the kids wear them. It's just the ball gets slipped.
No, he did not.
Not yet. They're still trying to push him, and he doesn't get in. He is denied.
That is an unbelievable stop by Avon. Center Grove had it 1st down and
blocks inside the 9, but actually he was dropped in the middle of a rugby scrum at about the 14-yard line. So it's a 3rd down and about 12 for the Decatur Central Hawks. Harrington with the snap, looking left, has a man open out the flat. Had a couple of options out there, in fact, and a great open field tackle by Maddox Blackwell, stepping up out of his secondary to stop the Hawks short. That's a great open field tackle, good one-on-one play.
I tell you what, if you're going to win against Decatur, especially against Tracy, you better be able to get him on the ground. Fantastic job. Again, I love open field tackles. It tells me, you know what, and we know this because of the fact that we know Mo, but that just tells me and preaches to the fundamentals that he teaches on defense.
And the 4th down, 13 now, and they're going to attempt the field goal from 31 yards out. Jamie Maldonado, 27 his long on the season. See too many left footers. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it hit the upright, and it's no good.
Did it look like the Panthers were looking to set up maybe a screenplay as well on that? Because it looked like the offensive line let the rush come in.
Well, bottom line, Sims was wide open over there. From the 46, it's a running play, and Lockett is bottled up after a gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Not much there. He's trying to run behind the big left side of Schwartz, Randy Holtz, and Simon Dellinger. And now they'll spread those guys out, and they'll go to the other side. Schwartz may play some center tonight for the Panthers as well. The clock ticks down to about 8:10 to play here in our first quarter.
A good sign for Snyder. Barnes is throwing the ball with a lot of confidence here on this first possession. He's 3 for 3 for 22 yards. On 2nd and 9, it's a sweep. Trying to get the corner and only about a couple of yards for Derrick. A fine defensive play by the Greyhounds.
It looked like he had an opening there, didn't it, Jim? It looked like there was a hole, and Fry came zipping through there and made a big tackle for the Greyhounds. That had the opportunity to be a big gainer for the Snyders, but a great defensive play by Carmel. A long 3rd down attempt now for the Panthers.
3rd and 8, line the gain. It's the Carmel 44. 2 receivers to this side. And Lockett's the lone setback.
Carmel will show a 2-deep zone as well.
Barnes may be checking off here. Bit of a low snap. Barnes fires. Look out in the coverage.
Picked.
And it's intercepted. At the 45, to the 50. Look out to the 40, to the 35. That's Nate Fry. And Fry returns the interception to the Snyder 25-yard line.
He threw it up for grabs. You cannot do.
The 10 to go for the first down. Again, out of the shotgun, trying to find somebody. Ayers will not be able to get the job done. And now another 4th down.
Beck, you talked about the code. Game time temperature is 34, but as we look at the flag over there, it's really blowing, so that wind makes it feel a whole lot colder than 34.
Well, let's see what they're going to do here, Jan. They're bringing in Mac Ayers. He is their punter. He is going to be sending, back at his own 45-yard line. Ayers averaging 22.8 yards per punt with a long of 43. And he's punting into the wind. They fake it, and over the middle they go, and it is intercepted at the 28-yard line and down with nowhere to go. And that is number 24. That's Connor Hull with the interception.
Yeah, now this doesn't hurt Cecina terribly bad. It would be.
Had the ball there under duress. What a great job by the gritty senior.
From the 31-yard line, Bloomington South on 1st down. Richardson, little play action, throws it out the flat. Pass is complete. Gain of a couple, but a penalty marker was down. Reaching the intended target, Alex Salyers, we mentioned. Just 7 catches for him for a little less than 100 yards.
Again, what I liked, again, Trent Richardson, great play action. Looked.
7:01 to go first quarter. Carmel leads Snyder 7-0. 2nd down for the Greyhounds at the Snyder 25. And quickly hands it off the left side, about 4 yards for Dylan Downing. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year. He's listed as 6 foot 217, so that's a pretty solid running back there.
Yeah, that's a big kid, and he's got wheels. He's done a nice job in there thus far, running between the tackles. Downing on the season was 626 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Again, you look at those Carmel statistics, and really nobody stands out, but
it's their competition, Jim.
Yes, and it's a very balanced team, too. A lot of guys can beat you. All right, line the game for the Greyhounds. It's the Snyder 15. 3rd down and 6 for Carmel. They lead 7-0. Out of the shotgun, quickly, back to throw. He has time. He fires. It's caught, but it's right at the 16-yard line, about a couple of feet short of the marker. The catch made at the 16-yard line, short of the first down.
Looks like Carmel's going to go for it.
4th down and 1. Yeah, this is 4-down territory right here.
Big number 82 on the field for Carmel. An extra lineman in the game.
Aiden Ellison made that last catch for the Greyhounds, number 84. So here we go. Let's see if we'll try and draw Snyder offside here. Nope, they run the play. Oh, that's a slow developing play.
He did not get it.
He did not get it. If that official is marking that ball properly, Snyder.
7 yards a carry. I mean, you've got to give him some chances out there. He's the one back that can run outside and get a little wider than the other backs for Center Grove.
11 yards for Ogega, and you saw number 30 out front there. Lead blocking Carson Steele along with number 5, Connor Delp. At the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Trojans. Opening quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Carson Steele, they try to chop him. They can't get him, and they just finally run him out of bounds. They nearly had him drop for a loss, and he does get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's got great balance, and he's really hard to get down on the field. I mean, you probably get a look at it. He's going to be running to this left side. Somebody tries to take his legs down. Watch him get down right there And, I mean, that's a pretty good tackle. That guy's got to think, what the heck? I mean, I had him by both ankles, and I still didn't get him down. But that's why he's been such a great running back all year.
So they're going to say he lost about a half a yard, so second down and a long 10 for the Trojans. NASCAR package in, 4 receiver set. Steal the lone setback, and they're going to wrap him up after a pickup of about a yard, and that's about it, Ted.
Yeah, here's the situations where you're going to have to throw the football. And again, the thing, Center Grove's been effective throwing the football when they look for the 10-yard, throw. When they continue to try to throw that home run ball, it's just too difficult, and they don't have somebody that can just outrun everybody on the football field. So here's where you have to be patient. You guys have to run good routes, and you should be able to pick up a first down with a good throw and a good route.
So 3rd and 9. Jackson Moore stands tall in the pocket. Completes the pass here to the near
Way
side.
short, yeah.
To Trent Veit, well short of the first down. So to bring up 4th and long.
Yeah, 4th and
that thing hard.
Yes, he did.
So a punt for Western Boone gives the ball
into the wind. You're looking at about a 43, 44-yarder into the wind. Probably not. It's probably not. You don't want to punt. So you're going to go for it and on 4th down, and if you don't get it, you're going to give Avon decent field position.
Moore from shotgun formation. He tosses it out to Steele and tries to cut it back inside. As he could not get outside, he's going to be short of the first down. He picks up 4 yards, so a turnover on downs for the second time tonight for the Trojans.
Yeah, I'm a little.
One is good, so they lead 13-12 on about a 20-yard touchdown pass. And I think the whole offensive line moved a tad bit early for the Panthers right there.
What was that Dwenger score? 13-0?
13-0 with
Okay.
6:10 to play in the first quarter.
That game being played at New Haven. 4:14 to go in the first quarter here. Carmel leads 7-0 over Snyder.
False start against the Panthers tight end. So he got moving just a little bit early on that pass play. Got some pretty good tight ends in this game. One going to, I believe, Simon Dellner obviously going to Army, and the tight end for Carmel, I think he's already committed to go to Vanderbilt.
2nd and 12 now for Snyder. The ball back at the Panther 30-yard line. Barnes throws from the far side, and it's a first down for Snyder. A pickup of 14 yards.
I can't tell if that was Maxwell or.
It was.
Yeah.
Aside from the interception, Barnes has completed all 5 of his passes.
Yeah, and you know how you negate a quick pass rush? You throw the ball fast, get it out of there so they can't get to him. We've got an injured player down on the field for Carmel.
Linebacker position that, it's the way you coach it up in drills. He kept that outside arm free and just he rode that would-be blocker right down the line, and then he did his job and some help gain.
Great fundamentals in general. What I'm impressed with, again, right now is this defense comes in averaging, giving up 32 points a game. They're sound. They're playing great football, and they're keeping Tracy in front of them.
Yeah, a loss of 6, something Tracy not used to. So trips this time go to the high side of the screen, and I think we had a little motion across the way. A receiver a little early.
Coming back from injury, we haven't really seen James tonight, and right there on cue.
No.
And the Trojans stack him up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 4th and a couple.
Yeah,
and led by the freshman, Caden Curry.
Caden Curry does a nice job standing straight up. I mean, no momentum here when you're in the shotgun. You're at a standstill, and you can see he got no momentum running. I mean, it stood him up, able to bring him.
Pass intended for Tracy, and it misfires out of bounds. Practice visiting with him and his offensive coaches, longtime friend of mine, Ryan Cook, and they told their kids, first of all,
on the ground. And they do it by committee. And there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of times you have a solo-type guy, he gets hurt, you drop off. They don't drop off.
Throwing on 3rd down, got a receiver just shy of the 35-yard line. The pass is complete to David Baker. First time we've called his name. Good enough for the first down.
Well, Western Boone's absolutely trying to take the long ball away from Cecina. They're giving up a little bit underneath to secure anything long, and that right now is Cecina trying to adjust a little bit, just trying to get those wides going, the long pass vertical, and get the short game going passing-wise.
Baker has one 100-yard receiving game this year. He got 144 against Roncalli. And here's the first penalty of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty penalty-free there in
It
the first
was.
period.
Absolutely. It'll be an encroachment call, 5 yards now against Western Boone. So it'll be still first down. It'll be first down and 5. And again, they said Baker out very bottom of your screen. They don't go to him all that often. I mentioned he had 144 yards in the game against Roncalli. They'll keep it on the ground, and they're going to blow the play dead, Jan, prior to the snap.
Yeah, another procedure call. This one I think will go against Cecina again.
Nope, it's going to be against the
if they can do something with it.
Richardson and company will go to work from about the 41-yard line. 1:20 left in the first quarter, as you can see there. The Beer Fair Stadium here at Decatur Central. As the Hawks try to win the first regional championship in school history. This is nothing new, though, for Bloomington South. Terry, the carry, gets about one before a host of D.C. Hawks are there to wrap him up. I really like that defensive front. I mean, we saw a good one last week,
yes,
didn't we, for the Avon Orioles?
Yes,
and
we did.
I think we're seeing one that is just as active for these D.C. Hawks in Smith, Lawrence, and Miles.
Well, I like what you talk about there, being active, and that's what they are. They move well, they play with their hands, and they do a great job of finding the football quickly.
See Twins dispatched to the bottom of your screen. That'll lead Richardson to throw that way and overshot his target. Is there anything that Ascui doesn't do offensively for this football team? I mean, he set this up with this great field position with a punt return, and he's active running the football to get him into the act in terms of passing. I mean, he's rushed for 700 yards on the season. I
just like, again, he's that dual threat, run pass, or run and receive, but I just like, again, what Bloom and South's doing. I like the fact they're throwing the ball against one-on-one man-to-man coverage. If they're going to make plays on this defense, I think they got to make it on the back end compared to trying to make it against that front seven.
Now it looks like Mo Moriarty and company don't want to talk things over, so we'll step away too.
Looking for Jay Keith at the 50-yard line.
Boy, if you look to your right, I mean, Carson Steele is wide open, and the linebackers did not go with him. They didn't send anybody with him. If you get him the ball in open space, I mean, he's going to gain a lot of yards. Watch to your right there. See how nobody goes with 30? I mean, he is wide open, and there is nobody out there. You throw it out there, he's going to get you 20 yards.
P.J. Buck out there for the first time tonight.
And that was thrown into double coverage.
Underwood had his eyes on that one the whole time. He sat down in that zone and read the quarterback's eyes the whole way. Those are the type of the plays that the Panthers need to get in this game if they want to stay in it. We're already down to.
They give us, but those scores are a compliment of Channel 13.
Baker and McCormick Messer set to the right side. They keep the ball on the ground instead. Middlebrook with the carry that time. He'll go over right guard. He'll be run behind Jaden Mercer, the 250-pound senior center. And Patrick Denny, the right guard, 6'1", 180, and a junior over there. Middlebrook, as I mentioned, 133 carries, 930 yards. He averages 7 yards per carry and about 84.5 yards per game. So we talk about their passing game, but Middlebrook and Woods can get the job done on the ground. Between them, they're over 1,000 yards.
Well, let's face it, Bake. You get this far and to go farther, you've got to be balanced. For the most part, you'll lean one way or the other, but you've got to be able to run or pass the football.
Second down at 4. Ayers wants to throw, going to the end zone, overthrew the intended receiver that time. Had a man out there, just overthrew him. And the clock will stop now with 8:22 to go here in the first half.
You kind of get the feel that Cecina doesn't want to come away empty-handed here. 8:22 left in this first half, no score. To get the first score here and to have any type of lead would be huge.
Absolutely. Carmel up 7-0 over Fort Wayne Snyder in the first quarter of play. That game being played at Carmel High School. Third down and 4. Again, out of the I formation. Fake the handoff. Go to the far side. The pass is caught. Good diving catch that time.
you know, you can always tell the good quarterbacks who can just flat out throw the football is they throw it before the receivers ever break, and he just comes into the football. Your old partner, Mark Herman, back in the day, and yes, me and him are the same age, by the way, he was a master at that. He always led Bart Burrell 10 feet before he ever got there. I know because I watched it all night long one night.
Theory McCormick Messer with the reception. He has 21 catches, 296 yards this year. First down again for the Cecina Crusaders, the fourth first down of this drive. The ball inside the 15-yard line. No place to go. Ayers will keep the football, get it down to about the 6-yard line. That'll be shy of the first down by about 2 or 3 yards.
Well, we've given an awful lot of props to this Western Boone defense. They've only given up 7.3 points per ball game. Can they hold here? Let's see if Cecina can get into this end zone bank. They're knocking on the door.
It'll be second down and about 4 yards to go for the first down. They need to get inside the 5, in fact, inside the 4 to get the first down of this drive. Deep setback, Middlebrook again. They hand the ball to Middlebrook. He is caught behind the line of scrimmage that time by Michael Rice.
Boy, didn't Rice make a nice play there? Defensively, got off the ball. This is key if you're a defensive lineman. You have flat out almost got to guess the snap to get just maybe a half count quicker than the offensive lineman. He got a great jump on the football.
So it's third down. They will send David Baker wide to the right side of your screen. They will keep Middlebrook back in the backfield. Quick look to the left side, and it is caught. Touchdown. From 6 yards out, the pass complete.
Yeah, you can't give that receiver that much room. He had way too much room. He thought he could react in time. No way. Not the way in which Cecina Ayers throws the football. Not going to happen. That's a great pitch and catch by Cecina.
So the point after now. Here's his 51 of 60. Here's the snap. It is up and it is good.
Carmel 7, Snyder nothing. But despite Carmel's dominance so far, they're only up by 1 touchdown.
Look what form. I thought they were going to set up a weird formation way over here to the near side.
Well, they got 3 receivers on this side, 1 to the right, on 2nd and 10 from the Snyder 43. Quickly has time. Down the middle, incomplete flag, and that's going to be interference. The intended receiver was Downing.
Not sure who they called. They called that on.
I'll check that. I'm sorry. The receiver was number 8, Sam Rogers.
I think they called that on Hoover.
Well, that's going to be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage and a Carmel first down, if indeed the penalty is against Snyder. And it is. Pass interference. That's their third penalty for 25 yards. And Carmel gets the early Christmas gift. Their 7th first down. 10:55 to go in the first half.
That was just a simple deep post for Carmel. And Snyder not in the right position.
Balls at the Panther 28. Carmel leading 7-0. This drive started at their 13. And they'll run it. And another nice gain to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards. As Downing picking up 4 tough yards right there. Scott in there on the stop for Snyder. Tavarian Scott. Bam has 77 tackles entering this game. 6 sacks as well. Second down and 6 at the Snyder 24 now for Carmel. Carmel leading 7-0. Play action quickly. All kinds of time. Fires. Batted away, and oh my goodness, that was nearly intercepted. Batted away by Ethan Hoover.
Yeah, the Indiana State recruit that time, right step for step. In fact, he probably had a better chance of getting that ball than the receiver. Quick score update. Bishop Dwenger kicks a field goal. They lead 16-0 already, and they are not even to the second quarter.
So the Saints giving the Angola Hornets the devil of a time so far tonight. Thank you. I'm here all week. 3rd down and 6 for Carmel. Ball's at the Snyder 24. Line the game's the 18. Quickly steps up, and I might have been hit as he threw that ball. It's an incomplete pass. That was a weird-looking pass. I don't know if he was hit or if the ball just slipped out of his hands, but it's 4th down. Are they in 4-down territory here? The offense started to come off the field. Now, are they going to send out the kicker?
They are. Kind of a win for the Panthers right there, don't you think?
This will be a 41-yard attempt.
Who's the holder? Can you see the number on the holder there, Jeff?
It is Tyler Trent, their backup quarterback.
So the Panthers need to be ready for a fake here.
Well, Spencer Hanna.
There you go.
Steele hits the home run. Trojans lead it 6-0. 65 yards for Carson Steele.
And that's what you get.
And he's got distance. It's in that direction, and the kick is good. Oh, my. There's a weapon.
He spin move, gone. I mean, there's nobody back there, and that's what happens when you put, 8 guys in the box to stop number 30. You get a little bit of a push, and you get a little bit of a move, and number 30's gone.
So Carson Steele with that touchdown, Ted. He ties Titus McCoy for the school record, 28 rushing touchdowns in one season. So congratulations, Carson Steele, on tying the record with Titus McCoy. Carson now with 29 touchdowns on the season. He's got 1 receiving, and the PAT kick by Eckert is good. 7-0.
Oh, that's big.
And the turnover will give the ball back to Indianapolis-Scecina.
Let's see what happens here. It was a big run. Are they going and reaching for the football? No, I think he just kind of he didn't get that other arm around it. That's a no-no. And he got hit with the arm that the ball was in, and it popped it loose.
So Western Boone in 3 possessions. The first series of downs, they turned the ball over on downs. They had to punt it away on their second possession. This time they fumbled the ball on the 5th carry in this particular possession. And good field position now for Indianapolis-Scecina. The ball spotted at their own 43-yard line. From the 43, handoff, right side, couple of yards, and then shoved down right about the 50-yard line. To be maybe a couple of yards on the play. 2nd down, had 8 yards to go for the 1st down.
Mooresville 7, Marion 0. Big game there. Of course, Marion lost one of their key players last week, and he's going to be gone for the rest of the season, but still a close one. But Mooresville with a fine ball club leading 7-0.
To talk about Middlebrook, he has had 6 100-plus yard rushing games this year with a high against Triton Central of 159 yards. He is set up now right behind the quarterback, Mac Ayers. Looking near side, Ayers fires. Pass to Hillman is caught at the 45-yard line of Western Boone. He'll move the chain marker down to about 2nd down. I'll make it 3rd down and about a long yard, short 2.5, short 2 to go.
Well, you know what Cecina's game plan is here. They're seeing 3:46. They'd love nothing more than to time this big to get another score in here and have nothing left on the clock going in for that 2nd score.
We're in the 2nd quarter of tonight's game. It's 7-0 football game as Cecina has just scored. They've got the football back again on the fumble. Ayers in trouble, fires on the run, got a receiver, had him wide open, and overthrew Amon Hillman.
Yep, same guy got the touchdown pass. He kind of gave him a little pump and go, and Hillman did not take off. Take a look. There you see the wide out to the right. He makes a little contact there, and the contact, quite honestly, defensively, was enough to slow him down on the route, not to be able to run under that football. Had it not been for that, that would have been 6.
And a timeout has been taken by Indianapolis.
Recognizing the schemes in which Blooming South is running and done a nice job of limiting Thierry so far in the game.
See Jason Allen come up from his free safety position. It looks like he made the dive there, and that helmet got him right on the elbow and stung him just a little bit. You talk about flipping the field. This is huge for both of these ball clubs here. Given the field position right now, 3rd down from Bloomington South. Richardson and company with some work to do. Here comes the pressure. Pass out the flat to Bamba, and it's going to be good for a 1st down.
Now that'll tell you use a man that's 6 foot 5. He shields him away. As great an athlete as Tracy is, he's not going to defend against 6'5". Great job again. He was even looking for a hot route there because DeCare Central had brought pressure, and anytime you bring pressure, you want to throw it quick.
Terry looks for running room, right side, comes it back up the middle of the field and finds some. Nick Pickett comes up from the secondary to make the stop, and +7 for Bloomington South. So now, we'll see if they're developing some rhythm now offensively.
Again, what I like, stay true to what you are, and that's what Bloomington South is doing. They're running the ball with Terry.
Terry, running room, left side, runs into the back of Bamba, and Decatur Central takes advantage of that. Dylan Rennick, the outside linebacker, makes the tackle.
3.5 minutes, 3:23 to go now. Up under center is Ayers. Man in motion. Here's the handoff to Middlebrook. He's got the first down and more. Well, this guy's a hoss.
Yes, he is. He's a ton. You know, there's the quick players, the fast players. He's one of those hard-nosed players. Hits the hole hard. And if you're going to bring him down, you better hit him low, or you better have your buddies gang tackling.
I'm not sure you can hit him low. He's only 5'9".
Well,
5'9", 170-pound senior Tavon Middlebrook.
You and I have talked about this. When I played a long time ago defensive line, those were the most difficult. You can't get that low.
We can't find them.
You're in the worms to get that low.
It's a first down and 10. Here is Ayers back to throw. Got plenty of time. Got to fire it upfield. It is incomplete. They had a man down there, but good coverage that time by the Western Boone Club, and try to catch who was back there. Couldn't pick up the number. Pretty good coverage here.
Oh, I thought it was excellent coverage, really step for step. Boy, that's good defense. That had to be the perfect pass with the perfect.
Yards on the pick six. 67 yards for the senior.
You can see it's a pretty well-thrown football, but it bounces off the receiver. Pence is in perfect position. He takes it down the sideline, and Center Grove looking to go up with an extra point, 14-0. Nice job by Matt Pence. He's been an outstanding corner all year. He's done his job. You know, he's watched the film. He knows what they like to run, and he was in the right position right there.
Officially 69 yards on the pick six for Matt Pence, the senior cornerback. Looking for the tight end, 82, Tice Farrell. Bounced off of his hands right into the hands of the senior, Matt Pence.
Yeah, so many times that's exactly what happens when it's a little cold out. I mean, the receivers are used to catching that football. It's a little harder than normal, a little colder than normal, and it bounces off their hands, and Matt Pence was in the right position at the right time.
Eckert this year, 32 out of 37 on PAT kicks. Gaffney with the long snapping, and now the hold of Jackson Moore, and the kick is good. And after the fumble, but nonetheless, a very impressive drive. This time, wideouts going to the right side again with Baker and McCormick Messer setting out there. Hillman setting down at the. Now check it. They moved around. Baker set to the left side. This time they're going to try to go to Baker, and he can't get there. It'll be incomplete.
Wow, he had pressure all over him. And he went a little low, and that kind of threw the quarterback off because he seen him coming. And I think he just threw it a little quicker than perhaps he really wanted to.
Well, the clock showing a minute 41 to go in the first half. Low scoring affair for both these ball clubs. We talked at the outset of our telecast tonight how both these ball clubs score in the 40s. They're going to have to really crank it on if they get to that level tonight. Here's the pitch, swinging right side. Middlebrook trying to turn the corner, get to the edge. He will get close to the first down marker. He's knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, depending on the spot, but they'll put it down pretty much at the 20.
He stops the clock getting out of bounds, and Western Boone's doing a pretty good job here of kind of flexing a little bit but not giving up a lot of yardage, and they're going to force Cecina to really think about passing the football. Maybe not on this play, but here shortly, 3rd and short, Big.
Yeah, you can see the chain gang over there about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. And they will keep it on the ground and get the first down. That's the 3rd first down of this drive.
And the clock will stop while they reset everything. So it's 1:22 to play now in the first half.
Boy, how big would this be for Cincinnati if they could go into halftime against the number 1 team, 2 scores up. Boy, and Western Boone knows this as well. 1 scores one thing, 2 scores is something else.
So it's, well, they show it a 4th down now. They didn't give him a first down, Jan. It looked to me like they had the first down.
Oh, you're right.
Down,
I just noticed that as well. I thought they gave him the first down.
Well, let's see here. Now they're trying to move the ball forward. Now let's see if they give him the first down.
Wow, I did not see that either.
No,
the first, I thought he indicated first down, but there he got it.
All right, so that's the first down of the drive right there. Now the 3rd first down of the drive. And the clock with 43 seconds to go on a timeout again by Cecina. That'll be his 2nd. They're
be changing the play up. They have 8 on the play clock. And they get the play off with plenty to spare, and it's a running play, and it's a 5-yard pickup for Dylan Downing. He just refuses to go down.
Well, the Panthers came out of there with the ball, but I think his progress was stopped.
Play there, watching it up front. You talk about getting to linebackers. Great job again. They're somewhat controlling the front of Decatur, but they're getting to that 2nd level mark, and that's when you make your yards.
And Bamba, as we mentioned, only 17 catches for 201 yards. I think I'd try to find him a little bit.
Good-looking 6'5" junior.
Nice-looking target, isn't
yes.
it? 2nd and goal. Terry, middle, no.
Tell you what, I'm curious about what Decatur's doing here because it's working. But watch, the pullers are missing people here. Again, you're pulling the backside end, and there's no one there. Didn't know if that might have been a run-pass option because, again, the backside tight end was pulling to go into the flat and didn't block anybody.
Surprise, surprise, Shamar Smith among those in on the stop for Decatur Central. 3rd down and goal. Mo going to dial up the pass here. Nope, they'll fake the handoff to Terry. Under some pressure, has to throw it to the end zone and throw it away. Well covered defensively, and pressure comes. Help over the top from Allen. Help underneath from Kenny Tracy on the receiver. So 4th down now for Bloomington South, and it looks like they're going to send the field goal unit onto the field.
Okay, great job of not biting on the play fake by Decatur Central. Nice job again of extending the play if you're Trent Richardson. But again, that left ankle injury is really hobbling him right now.
Bailey Surface at 5'9", a senior. Surface 31 of 34 PATs on the season. Did not have any numbers available on him in the field goal department, but he'll kick it from the 11. It'll be a 21-yard attempt. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is blocked.
6 seconds now left on the clock. Western Boone continues to hold serve here. Cecina now with a couple downs, Big, to find this end zone. They got plenty of time for 2 plays. Boy, Western Boone cannot get caught up or kind of pick patterns, where crisscross, get somebody held up here because anything open and Cecina's quarterback can find him.
3rd down and 7 yards to go for the first down. Bad snap, scooped up, firing toward the end zone. It is going to be incomplete, and a flag will be thrown. Coverage that time by Logan Benson back there, but let's see what the call is going to be.
They're going to call interference.
No. That's interference.
Because I'm going, there's no way this can be interference. He never seen the ball, so he turns. And so what happens here is the Cecina player, which we can't see, pushes from behind, and that's who they called it on.
It's also a loss of down.
Couldn't see that because it was blocked from his hand. The official right on top of it, seen the push-up because I'm going, wow, that's pretty good defense, but it's difficult to see a long way away.
Let's see where they finally officially put the marker. They're going to put it back, Jan, at the 32-yard line. Now, this does a couple of things. Makes the play more difficult, of course, pure distance, and it really takes the field goal out of play.
Takes the field goal out of play. So now you're really looking at, can we get back to within what would be field goal distance? We'll see what happens here, Big.
Empty backfield now with Mac Ayers. He's got trips to the left side. And the slot man to the right side with the wideout also at the very top of your screen. Here is Ayers. Ayers throwing. And it is caught at the 22-yard line. Caught by Armand Hillman. But that's well shy of the first down. In fact, they're not even back to the original line of scrimmage with 17 seconds to go. And the third timeout of the first half taken by Cecina.
Yeah, Cecina's going to take a timeout here to think about this one. That's still, even if they think about a field goal, will be a pretty long one.
Yeah, there's no way they can get there, Chan. In fact, I'm just checking my notes over here. As far as Gardy's concerned, field goal-wise, Cecina has only tried one field goal all year. That's good from 29.
Yeah, so that's probably not in the equation. Wow, New Pal 7, Harrison 7. That's quite an interesting score. New Pal's just rolling over everybody. Of course, Harrison with that big one over Kokomo last week.
Might also be that New Pal's not got off the bus yet.
You just never know with them, do you? Boy, once they get rolling. Hey, people ask me all the time, can New Pal be beat? I go, everybody can be beat. It just takes one night where things don't click.
Yep.
We've seen it. Are they good? No, they're excellent.
If you get to reading your own press clippings, it can get you in trouble, too.
Very well said.
Here is a 4th down and 16 now for Cecina. They can get a first down if they get it inside the 8-yard line, so they don't necessarily have to have the touchdown here. McCormick Messer going to the right side along with David Baker, and now they have number 11 likewise in for Cecina at one of the wideout spots. That's Jaden Barnes.
Now Western Boone wants a
timeout.
They wanted to see what they were going to line up in and then call the timeout so they make sure that they have it defended correctly.
Well, Jan, this is a bit of a surprise to me. The weather is not great, but it's not that bad that it's having an impact on the football game. This is simply two juggernauts going after each other, and really what's happening, they're negating each other's pluses and minuses.
No, absolutely well said. The players who are playing are fine. The only place where this cold comes in a little bit are the players who are not playing, who may have to play. They're standing over there getting a little cool, but if you're playing, by now you're all warmed up. That's not a problem. The good news for tonight, no rain, no freezing rain. That makes it a little difficult.
The wind is, by the way, at the back of Cecina should they want to try something really crazy here with a field goal from way out, but that seems to be out of the mix altogether. So it's going to be up to Mac Ayers through the air to find Baker or Hillman or Messer, McCormick Messer, or maybe even Barnes, who's come in to play in the last 2 or 3 downs.
Well, at a minimum, Cecina needs a first down here.
Yep. It'll be 4th down, and still we're looking at 16 yards to go for the first down with 17 seconds to play in the half. 7-0 football game in favor of Indianapolis Cecina. Here's the snap. Here is Ayers. He's got trouble. He's going to be caught. He's hit once. He's hit twice. Gets the pass away. It's incomplete. Inside the 10-yard line. They had the pass to Barnes. He couldn't hang on.
Well, and a lot of that had to do with Logan Benson's hit because had he
go 3rd down, I guess. Forgot to figure in the penalty.
I go back to the run, Mark. I just think, again, you've got great backs in Gibson and Tracy here. Again, they're thinking past it. They being Blooming South. Give yourself a chance to get some yards here and run the ball.
Well, you certainly have had numbers when you run it to the strong side. It's worked well. They're looking to throw here. Harrington in some trouble. He escapes it. He's looking for some help, and he finds it. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, and the Hawks may get to the end zone on a busted play.
Wow.
Larry Tracy, the 5'11 senior. That's a stay alive drill. They work on that, and that's exactly what he did and gave his quarterback an opportunity to throw a touchdown pass.
What a play by Parker Harrington under duress, finds Tracy here. Then Tracy has the athletic ability to split 3 defenders, not 1, not 2, but 3, and then races to the end zone. What a great momentum changer for Decatur, especially, Mark, since they get the ball back to start the second half.
That's a great point. 36 seconds left in the half. Ball is down, the kick is up, and the extra point. Snowflakes at all, 7-0.
Lucas Hunter, the senior, takes him down.
Nice job by number 93, Lucas Hunter. He fights off the block. He's able to, quarterback thinks he's going to step through. Well, look at Hunter reach out, grab him by the shoestrings, and a big play. And Avon now looking at third down at about 18.
His 4.5 sack of the season. That's Lucas Hunter, 6'3", 275-pound defensive lineman. Loss of 5 yards, brings up 3rd and 18 from the Avon 21-yard line. Essen fakes the handoff. Looking, now scrambles, extends the play, and sacked again at the 19-yard line.
Well, you can give that sack to the cornerbacks and your defensive backs. Your defensive backs did an outstanding job. He looked at 2 or 3 of his receivers. None of them were open. He finally just sat down on the turf, took the sack, and Center Grove should get this football in great field position with 3 minutes to go in the half.
Senior Cade Lansdowne, defensive end, 6'2", 205 with the sack. 4th and 20. Miller's been awfully good here in the first half punting for Avon, and a pretty decent punt here.
Oh boy, you got to come up and get that.
They're going to let it roll.
All right, not bad.
He is a big running back at 6 foot 217.
Downing provides another downer for Snyder. That's his 10th carry for 44 yards. Exactly 2 minutes to play in the first half. First down for Carmel. And that pass is nearly intercepted at the 34-yard line. Mercy.
Oh, that ball popped up in the air. Panthers middle linebacker, one of the linebackers had a good beat on it. Ruckless almost picked it off the back of the player there for Carmel. And they're no hurry, 1:55 to play.
Snyder with 1 timeout left. They took that timeout thinking they're going to get the ball back on 3rd and 11, but a running play by Downing. He needed 11 yards and he got 12, and Carmel keeps the football, leading 10-0. Now the Greyhounds face 2nd and 10. Here's quickly throwing down the middle. It's caught and stopped at the 38-yard line. Short of the first down by a couple of yards. Ellison, the receiver. 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
I look over at the Bishop Lures game. Here, just cold. There, now snowing.
Oh, my. 1:28 remaining in the half. Carmel has all 3 of their timeouts left. Here's quickly on 3rd and 2. He's going to throw, and he's got a man. Ellison, first down to the 50-yard line.
Another big first down for Carmel. That Ellison just went out there in that flat and just sat there and waited. And Quigley hit him with a quick strike. Clock down to 1:18 to play here before halftime.
I got Carmel with 11 first downs, 5 first downs for Snyder. Carmel leads 10-0. We're down to 1:10. On 1st and 10, quickly to the air. And he's got Ellison again. That combination's working pretty good on this possession for Carmel. 8 yards, another Greyhound timeout here, and another completion for Quigley. So why don't we, go ahead, Ryan.
Give you a score update here. We can stay right here now, Jim. We've played enough Bills tonight. As we know, Dwenger was leading 22-0, and now Bishop Lures scores again. They lead 14-0 over Mishawaka American. My prediction before the game was 3 area teams from Fort Wayne will continue to play next week. It looks like Dwenger and Lures looking good right now. We don't know about Adams Central, and can the Panthers mount a comeback in the second half? They need to come up with a stop here. They do not want to be down 17 or even 13-0 here at Carmel High School.
Well, Carmel in their opening possession marched at 80 yards. They had a 45-yard play right off the bat, first play from scrimmage, and they punched it in. A 9-yard touchdown run for the quarterback quickly. Hanna added a 41-yard field goal. Snyder, despite being outgained 199-97, you get the feeling they're still in this game, and you just hope if you're a Snyder fan, somebody can step up and make a play and turn things around here.
They need a turnover. That'll spark them.
2nd down and 2 from the Snyder 43. Quickly to the air, throws it short, first down. Caught by Downing. He goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
Downing the main target all day running and on a short pass game as well. I watched the offensive line that time for the Carmel Greyhounds. They completely turned everybody outside. That opened up all the lanes, especially over the middle for Quigley to see down the field. That time he just decided to go with the short pass.
First down at the Snyder 39. 59 seconds to go in the half. Quickly throws deep, and it's going to be caught inside the 10.
No good.
And dropped. Oh, he had it for a moment, but it's incomplete. Sam Rogers, the intended receiver.
He's down on the field. He got up and took 2 steps and fell to the ground. So we've got an injury timeout on the field, Jim.
All right, so they will attend to the injured player, Sam Rogers, down here on the near side. So why don't we step aside?
Yards in front of them. They only got a minute 41 to do it in. So,
and Avon has 3 timeouts remaining.
3 timeouts, but this is also, they got to be careful. They've already seen 1 return for a touchdown. You don't want that to happen again.
Make that 2 timeouts for Avon. They did use 1 early on, so 2 timeouts remaining for Avon. Passing across the middle.
Oh,
almost picked off, and his receivers have dropped a couple tonight. And Rick mentioned it is cold out there. It's windy, so you kind of wonder, Ted, how is this impacting the receivers?
Well, the cold definitely affects you. I mean, because that ball is hard. I mean, usually, it's kind of a softer leather, but on nights like this, it's 20 degrees out there. I mean, that thing's hard as a rock. So it hits your hands, I mean, and so far it's hit their hands and bounced off, and they were fortunate that wasn't picked off right there.
So again, at game time, it was 32 degrees. It feels like 21 degrees.
Underway as the injured Carmel player was helped off. Quickly on 2nd and 10 is sacked.
Oh, I think they're going to call a face mask. Or is that going to be a hold?
Belizaire made the sack, but there is a flag down.
They're calling holding.
Well, if you take the play, it's 3rd and 16. If you take the penalty, it's 2nd and forever. And we're starting to see a few snowflakes here at Greyhound Stadium.
I spoke too soon, didn't I?
Although we're not supposed to get as much snow here in Indianapolis, in the Indianapolis area, as to the north. In Michigan, I know around Coldwater, they're expecting a couple of inches tonight.
Yeah, my brother said that he got probably about 3 or 4 inches over in the Clarkston area up there around Detroit. So the Panthers will take the penalty.
Yes, they're going to take the penalty and push them way back.
So that, I mean,
interesting.
It's a spot of the foul penalty too there, Jim, and that was way deep, probably 10 yards deep. So it's a 2nd down, and how should we say, forever?
Well, what was the term we used at Lakeland that Coach Sherry Severson called us out on?
Yes, sir.
2nd and 27. Quickly keeps the football. He's going to get the penalty yardage back and then some. And he's brought down at the 42-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 13. And Carmel will burn another timeout. And that will leave him with 1. So that stops the clock with 34 seconds to go. Quickly getting up.
53 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Well, I think I'd run Carson Steele out in the open and see if you can't get him the football.
Not much there, Ted, right up the middle. He gets a couple of yards, finally pushes that pile forward, so I think he picked up maybe another yard or so.
Nobody calling timeouts. Everybody seems to be happy to go to halftime, go to the locker room.
I just would think with the leg of Eckert, with the wind behind you.
Yeah, they're going into the victory formation, just going to put a knee down and go to halftime.
15 to 20 miles an hour out of the west-northwest. Right now it's at Snyder's back. Snyder will get the football to start the second half after they won the toss and decided to defer.
Quick score update for you. We're talking about Adams Central. They lead over Monroe Central 17 to 12 in the second quarter.
All right. Adams Central looking to go to 13-0. They have the lead right now. Line the games to 29 on 3rd down. It's a rushing play, and that's going to be stopped at the 38-yard line. And a flag comes in after the play.
That was a little deep was well after the play, too, Jim.
Downing only got a yard, but let's check out the penalty flag. Clock is stopped with 25 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness. This
could be huge either way. Could stop this drive for Carmel or give them a new first down, and they're pointing over to the sideline of Carmel. And now they're going over to talk to a Snyder Panther player, Bryson Reinig.
Something happened after the play. That flag came in after the play was over. Dead ball, personal foul, Carmel, and that's it.
And if it was after the play counts.
Exactly.
So it should be 4th down and forever.
4th down, and they'll be behind the markers by a rather distinctive number here.
4th down and 25, I believe, is what they're going to call this.
It's at the 46 of Carmel. Down marker still says 3rd, but it's there. The PA guy got it right. 4th and 25. Somebody there, he flips it over to number 4.
There we go.
Well, if you're Carmel here, you better punt the ball. I don't see a punter out there.
No, they can let the clock run out unless Snyder takes a timeout.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Will Snyder stop the clock? No indication yet.
I think they just want to get into the locker room and regroup. They get the ball to start the second half.
Play clock and game clock are synced. 7, 6, 5. And we're going to play no more football in this first half.
Cecina, and that really kind of put a stop to whatever momentum Western Boone had come up with.
Yeah, both teams really moved the ball from the 20 to the 20, but once they got in the red zone, the defenses really tightened it up, made it very difficult to score.
Well, let's talk about that. In fact, if you remember, Western Boone had the ball started the drive with the 27, the first possession of the game for Western Boone. They had it down at the 12-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for the 12. They ended up losing yards, ended up turning the ball over on downs. That really shifted the momentum to Cecina.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We give a lot of information, and rightfully so, to these two high-powered offenses. But clearly, first half was more about defense.
Absolutely. Jan, what else have we got scoring-wise tonight? There's so many other games going on of such importance.
No doubt about it, Bake. Let's take a look at the second period. It's Carmel 10, Snyder 0. In the second period, a little bit of a surprise, but not really maybe. Center Grove 14, Avon 0. Center Grove just continues to get better. That one in the second period. Chittard 35, Tri-West 7. That one also in the second period. Decatur Central and Bloomington South all tied up at 0 late in the second period. A couple no scores. Let's move down to Bishop Dwenger 16, Angola 0. That one still in the first period. In the first period, it's Mishawaka Marion 0 and Fort Wayne Lourdes 0. How about New Pal? They've got it in gear now. They lead at the halftime over Harrison 17-7. Eastbrook 28, LaPel 7. That one is at halftime. Mooresville 7, Marion 7-0. Mooresville leads that one 7-0. Michigan City 7, Concord 7. That one in the first period. Adams Central 17, Monroe Central 12. That one in the second period. North Vermilion 6, North Central of Farmersburg 0. That one in the second period. Lutheran 22, South Putnam 0. That one's at halftime. In the second period, it's Southridge 7 and Paoli 7. It's Pioneer 20, Triton 0 in the second period. And our last score, West Lafayette 7 and Brebeuf Jesuit 0. That's our halftime scoreboard show. We have Western Boone versus Indianapolis Cecina on the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Network. We'll be back right after this.
This is old you. And this is now you.
Five wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports.
they're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Interesting note here, Jan. It's Western Boone just now coming back out onto the field. Or checking Cecina just now coming back out onto the field. They were getting as much of that heat as they possibly could, I think.
Well, they have the momentum. We talked about how many plays they had versus Western Boone. They have the lead. They have the momentum. Western Boone's got to find something to disrupt this a little bit. They came out on fire, made that first drive look pretty easy, and didn't get anything to show for it. I kind of think that hurt them a little bit, not being able to score. You kind of felt a little change of momentum shifting to Cecina, who owned the second period. So Western Boone, a team that quite honestly has been very little challenged all year, they've got their hands full right now.
Western Boone 12-0 on the year. In fact, they beat a couple of teams that are still alive in the tournament. They beat a 5A team, Harrison West Lafayette. They shut them out 26-0. And then they shut out to Tri-West, a 3A team that's still alive in the tournament, 7-0. In fact, if you go look, Jen, at the one-loss record of Western Boone this year, they've had 5 shutouts, and in those 5 games, they have outscored their opponents 208-0.
Wow.
And they have nothing to show it for tonight in this regional championship.
8 times they've scored over 40 points.
Yep.
I mean, 8 out of the 12 games, so they're used to just making that scoreboard light up, and they have nothing right now. This is a little uncharted territory for them.
They had 69 points against Crawfordsville, 60 against North Montgomery. In the tournament, they are averaging 42 points a game, giving up 9.3. Now, on the other side of the coin, Cecina pretty much equaling that. In the tournament, in the 3 games, they are averaging 41 points a game and allowing 19.3. Cecina has beaten Centerville, Heritage Christian, and Triton Central in the sectional. Western Boone, a winner over Indianapolis, Washington, Tipton, and North Putt. But they've got their hands full. What do we look for in the second half?
Well, one of the things I think that Cecina was so successful in the first half, they were able to run the football. And I wasn't sure they would be able to do that against this defensive line at Western Boone, at least for the first half. To me, that was key because that really allowed them to open up their passing game.
Well, we talked about Western Boone's defense. They use a 3-man front with Schellenberger, Rice, and Holdorf, and they average 225. They use 4 linebackers, McMcAtee, Wheatley, Wethington, and Benson. So what they're doing, Janice, they're defensively, they're really giving you some room for 2 or 3 yards and accounting on those linebackers to shut things down.
No, well said. In fact, in today's world of defense where you have 3 down linemen, of course, you're going to supplement that with a lot of blitz packages.
Sure.
But it still puts a lot of pressure on those 3 down linemen to move vertically and to be able to really get off the football. And so that's why you see a little bit, shall we say, lighter or smaller guy in those positions because you have to be able to move.
Absolutely. All right, we're ready to go now. Cecina will get the football to begin the second half of play. As Jan pointed out, and we reiterated, Western Boone got the opening kickoff, drove the ball from their own 27 inside, down to around the 12-yard line, then had to turn the ball over on downs. That kind of shifted the whole momentum of the football game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. If Cecina can put a big drive together, they can really handle this game early.
Here's the kick taken to the 8-yard line, out across the 25, out to around the 30-yard line, and a good return that time by Cecina's Jashawn Woods, who averages 25.5 yards per kickoff return with a long of 46 this year. So Cecina will get the football just across the 30. We'll call it the 31-yard line to begin the second half of play.
You know, another piece of the puzzle here for Western Boone, because they have been so dominant, they haven't had to blitz a lot during the year. I think they may pick up their blitz packages a little bit here in the second half.
If nothing more, Jan, just to add some enthusiasm to the ball club.
Get some pressure.
On a first down and 10, over the right side they go, pushing the ball forward for about the 34-yard line. And finally brought down defensively by Josh Benson. They'll spot the ball right at the 34. Gain of 3. Second down, 7. Quarterback is Mac Ayers. Tavon Middlebrook has done most of the work at the running back spots. They've used Baker, Hillman, McCormick, Messer, Funk at tight end, and Barnes has come in. He's not listed on the two deeps, but number 11, Jaden Barnes, has seen significant playing time in the first half. Second and 7. Low snap, picked up, firing near side. Ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's exactly what your defense to do. As soon as that hand goes back, get those hands up there, and that's exactly what they did.
Ayers over 2,000 yards passing this year, 152 of 243, averaging about 14.1 yards per pass and almost 200 yards per game. He has passed for some, 24 touchdowns on the season.
This is a big down, Big. This
is
a big down.
Third down and 7. Back to throw is Ayers. Comes near side, and once again it is knocked down. It'll be incomplete. The defensive end that time comes in to knock the ball down. That's big number 5, Patrick Schallenberger.
Well, if you look at Ayers, the quarterback, he's not super tall. In fact, and he also throws almost a little sidearm, so the trajectory of that football is coming out a little bit low anyway. And so Western Boone does a great job, 2 plays in a row, batting that thing down.
So Mac Ayers will come in to punt the football away. He's fumbled it, got it, had to hustle to get it away, hits at the 50-yard line, takes a good Cecina bounce across the 45, down to around the 40, knocked down at about the 39-yard line.
Well, I think you have to give a little bit of a small victory there to Western Boone. They disrupted Cecina enough of those 2 breakups of the passes. They're going to end up with pretty good field position. Now let's see what they can do offensively.
So Western Boone will get the football for the first time of the second half. Spencer Wright is their starting quarterback. Cruz Washington, their leading runner. Luke Kernodle, the wingman. They will spot the ball right at the, we'll call it the 39-yard line. First and 10. On the ground they go across the 40 and not to around the 42, 43-yard line.
Well, remember that dive play early? It was getting big yards. That one barely went for a couple yards. Let's give Cecina's defense a lot of credit defensively to making some adjustments against this rushing offense.
Ball is right at the 42, pickup of about 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. Coming to the near side, got a receiver out here. It is caught!
Oh, my.
What a catch by Noah McClendon inside the 30 of the 29-yard line.
How good a catch was that? Take a look at the replay here, Big. This is a D1 catch right here. Pumps him, gets him, looks, last second, and that's key. He timed it perfectly because the defense had already made his jump, and he didn't time it right. That's a big-time catch.
McClendon, 6'2", 170, and a senior. They hustle back to the line of scrimmage. On a first down and 10, they get it inside the 35, or the 25, down to around the 21, 22-yard line. Wow, spotted down right at the 22, a pickup of 7. It'll be second down and 3. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Spencer Wright setting up in the shotgun formation with the running back setting right on his rear hip. Slot man set to the left side now. Luke Kernodle, the wingman out there. They will hand the ball off over left tackle. Inside the 20, down to around the 15, probably just shy, maybe around the 16-yard line. Third down, maybe. Let's see where they spot it. Now that's going to be good enough for the first down. Well, they haven't moved the change yet. We got a sideline warning called against Cecina.
There we go. I was going, are we going to move the change or not? Now we go.
All right, the first sideline warning is free. That didn't cost you anything.
You want to stay back now. You got one warning. You get no more warnings.
So they finally do move the chains. They still don't have them set right, do they?
Yeah, they're working on it. That doesn't seem like it's right, though. That's not right.
It's still not right. No, they've got the marker set at the 27-yard line, and that's
no. The ball's at the 15.
Yeah.
See if we can figure this out, Meg. I don't think it's this hard. Well, they're having some type of discussion with the first down marker guys. Now, here's what they're saying. They said, we never seen you, and that's not bad because their rule of thumb is they are told, do not move until we make the first down mark. So in fairness to them, that's right.
That's exactly good call, Jan, because they were following the rules. We couldn't figure why they hadn't moved it. They hadn't been told to move it. That's why.
They did exactly what they were told to do.
First down and 10 for the 21-yard line. Firing left side. We got a receiver over here. It's in the air, and it's incomplete. The pass intended for Joe Hendricks, the slot man. He almost tapped that in the air and almost caught it.
Yeah, Hillman, step for step. Take a look at the replay here. You're going to see number 7, Hillman, defensively, step for step. This is a well-thrown ball. Really only, but see that left hand? At the last second, Hillman knocks that thing away defensively.
Hendricks is the leading receiver, 32 catches, 734 yards, and 9 touchdowns on the year. So the ball is just outside the 15-yard line. The clock is stopped at 9:24 to go. Third quarter, 7-0 football game in favor of Indianapolis-Scicina. Western Boone in the white jerseys on the march right now. They're swinging over the right side. Cruz Washington finding a little bit of a hole, getting down to around the 10-yard line.
Western Boone continues to march here. Scicina tightening up here a little bit. This is going to be another big down. Third, making about 6. Let's see if Western Boone will go to the air, if they'll stay on the ground here.
Ball is just outside the 10-yard marker. You see the setup now. Wingman in the left side, in motion. Here's the quick handoff, straight up the middle. They go in for the touchdown from 11 yards out.
Well, Western Boone runs the play that really has brought them as far as it has. Just that power dive from the fullback right off a right guard. See how close he is to the line of scrimmage, how quick he will get to the hole. Boom, right there. So all you have to have is just a little bit of a block, and they got more than that, and that's plenty for the touchdown.
That was Wethington, by the way, number 16, not Washington. Wethington gets the touchdown at the point after.
Bloomington South able to stop them after a gain of about 1. They were lucky to squeeze that out of it.
Well, I tell you what, again, you talked about there being a little mix-up. That ball, again, almost Harrington wasn't quite sure where to go because I don't know if there was just a mix-up on who was supposed to get the ball there or not. But again, Decatur Central, again, dodges a little bit of a bullet.
Avery Thompson in on the tackle. Gain of 1. He'll keep it and squeeze another yard out of it. Bamba steps up to make the tackle.
Wow.
Yeah, James Bamba, 6'5", 215, and just a junior.
I tell you what, he is long. He looks the part for just a junior. Get him another year in the weight room. Watch him fill out a little bit. I tell you what, I like the way he plays. He's rangy, he's long, he's athletic, he moves really well.
Third down and about 8 for the Hawks. A drive that began with a bit of promise. They're trying to keep it going. Harrington. Gibson may have gotten away with a hold, or maybe he did not. He had a big old handful of jersey, and it doesn't look like he did. It's right at the line of scrimmage, and it's coming back.
I tell you what, that's the one thing that kind of stalled Decatur in the first half.
Repeatedly.
Exactly, and untimely and really unnecessary. I think that's probably the one thing that Kyle Enright will be frustrated about is you talked about, it's behind those penalties are coming behind the play. That they aren't the reason why the play's being run positively. That, as a coach, is pretty frustrating.
So, from the line of scrimmage, you back them up to about the 38-yard line. And boy, after things looked really, really good offensively for the Hawks, they find themselves in a third down and 18 situation. Harrington looks to throw. Pressure coming, plenty of pressure coming, and they're going to drop him back at the 50-yard line. Sam Lewis, Root, that defensive front, Avery Thompson, they've been getting the job done all night long.
I tell you what, there was nowhere for Harrington to.
Actually, since they had already tried it once, Avon, going to get decent field position, obviously starting at their own 44.
So close. Good try. Avon obviously now with great field position from its own 44. Handoff going to 11. And he'll get to the 49-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job of turning it up right there. It didn't look like there was much for him, and he's not really one of their key running backs, but as Rick mentioned in the pregame, last week he scored 2 rushing touchdowns, and they gave it to him 10 or 11 times last week, so they're looking at him again with their main back not being 100%. They're looking for somebody to run the football.
So that's Peterson with the run. Again, Samson James, it's obvious to us he's just not 100%. And now they're going to fake the handoff to Peterson, and Hessen, the quarterback, will run for the first down to the Trojan 45-yard line. He collects 6 yards, and Ted, he's a little slow to get to his feet.
Yeah, and not a bad play there by Center Grove. That's something, the read option is something they've struggled with. We remember how Carmel used to run that against us all the time, but he does a nice job in the read options. You can see him. He's down on the field. He got hit pretty hard in the helmet, it looked like, so he could have a bit of a concussion.
It appeared Boyd, the linebacker, got him low, and then somebody hit him high. I don't know if
the midfield stripe down to the 49, gain of about 6.
Devin Weekly on the tackle for Western Bone, but boy, Cecina's really getting off the ball here, so they feel that sense of urgency now to get something going.
Cecina has brought another wide receiver into the lineup, Andrew Payne, number 1. Out on the field right now, they have added a couple of wide receivers to the lineup that we were not giving them the 2 deeps. So number 1, likewise out of the field right now, Andrew Payne. Again, here's the handoff. Oh, smacked right at the line of scrimmage and a fumble. And Weibo says they've got it, and they do. What a hit.
Boy, the forced fumble and then some. That's a clean hit.
Throws it straight up the seam, we should say, and the pass is going to fall to the turf. Maddox Blackwell was the intended target. First time we've called his number tonight. A little interested to see as we get into the second half now. Guys from both ball clubs that we have seen, on typically one side of the ball are now becoming two-way players, and Blackwell is one of them.
Well, the neat thing, again, these coaches understand that you get beat now and it's over. So you're going to play your best 11. They've done it at times during the season, so that in a game like this, they can use their best 11 on both sides of the ball.
Maybe Bamba up the seam. Nope, he's going to drop back in pass coverage. He's got a receiver up the field, and it's knocked away at the last moment. It was intended for Azcui. Bit of a break there as Kenny Tracy. Azcui had a step on him, and Tracy was able to shield him from the football.
Great job by Akui. Thought he had the ball there, just couldn't come up to it. Great job of Tracy of making up ground.
So Kyle Hurley will punt it away. And we'll see if the Decatur Central Hawks can do anything with their second possession. More pressure continues to come. Ball's not going to take much of a...
into the hole. He just has no explosion as he gets the football, and he stands and he dances around, and the Center Grove defense has had him under control all night.
3rd and 2. Miller, the quarterback, he's going to run the football for the first down.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They're saying the ball's out. No referee in there on top of it. Nobody close to the pile. They're going to call him down.
First down, Avon. Miller just off that left side.
Out at the 45 and heading toward the end zone and into the end zone for the touchdown. The pass caught by Luke Kernodle.
Yeah, same guy who got the fumble. He goes, listen, if I'm going to do all that work defensively, then I should get a touchdown. This is a Class 1A offensive call. And it's all set up because of the passing game. and it was a absolutely perfect call, perfect time, and perfectly executed.
So the point after now.
Oh, fumble.
And a fumble on the point after, and you never know how important that might be. So there's your numbers, 6 minutes and 28.
Some positive yards. Gets deep downfield from the 30 to the 25-yard line, and they're clicking again here.
Yep. Well, what I like what they're doing, it wasn't NI formation, but by motioning the wing back over to the other side, you now have the same angles. You have the same thing as running an I-4 formation. And now it was Gibson's turn, which I like the fact that you're not running just one back because you're keeping both backs fresh.
Pulled the center, Roy Lampkin, too, to seal off the edge. 2nd down and 2, that traditional I formation. Tracy's going to have a first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. I don't mind telling you, Mr. Wide Receiver, I'm an I formation guy. I get the spread and I get the direction the game is gone, but I just I like that fullback for a lot of reasons.
Last year I coached, and the 12 games that we coached in, we were the only team in 2 backs.
Yep.
All 12.
Yep.
There's something about the toughness that 2 backs brings to your program, both offensively and defensively. No, I'm a 2-back guy.
Kenny Tracy. Seam offset to the left. He's going to lead the way. Nick Pickett, first carry of the ball game, carries the Bloomington South defense into the end zone. 13 carries, 86 yards on the season, and all of a sudden, he's on the scoreboard.
Wow, what a great job. But again, talk about the I formation. Again, Gibson, great job on the block, but goodness gracious, look at the leg drive, look at the power, and again, first carry of the game. Fantastic job of scoring the ball.
Kevin Cavanaugh, the strength coach, got to be happy with that touchdown.
Absolutely. That lower body strength there, Mark, that was impressive.
Jamie Maldonado, 46 of 50 point after attempt on the season. Left-footed kicker, 423. It is 13-0. Hawks make that 4.
Quigley's pass. Incomplete, and a very dangerous pass again into double coverage. Fans yelling for interference. The officials who paid their way in here in Carmel want interference, but they're not going to get it.
I don't know if they want an interference or just a big hit. That ball, that was a late pass there as Quigley had a little bit of time, stepped up and threw a good pass, but the Snyder Panthers playing some good defense. It looked like the Panthers somewhere in zone, somewhere man-to-man on that play.
This Snyder defense has been very good tonight.
Yeah, in the season, they've only been giving up about 15 points.
They're keeping the Panthers in the game. Right now, 3rd down and 8.
There's a
Quigley,
blitz.
Flushed, throws, first down inside the 20. Whoa, Quigley really showing some poise there, and he found Ellison.
Yeah, the Panthers brought a late blitz, didn't get home. That opened up the middle of the field. Quigley hit his receiver, and another first down as the ball's inside the Parkview Sports Medicine red zone once again.
That's Ellison's 5th catch for 47 yards, and they're in the red zone, as Ryan mentioned, at the 18-yard line for Snyder. A short punt setting up Carmel here. They lead 10-0 with 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. And Quigley fakes the handoff, keeps the ball, breaks the tackle, and he gets drilled.
Man, he took a big hit.
Oh, my goodness. And he got up. That's a tough kid right there. You know, you see kids sometimes take a hit like that, and they go, but Quigley gets up. You like that?
I thought you were going to say he's no Cam Newton.
Whoa. Don't get me started on Mr. Newton, please.
Yeah, your favorite guy.
That's for another day and another discussion. 2nd down and 5 for Carmel. The ball's at the Snyder 13. Greyhounds lead 10-0. Line against the 8. And here comes Downing. Downing is moving the pile to the 11-yard line. The initial hit delivered by Bam Scott. A 2-yard gain, 3rd and 3.
Scott's had a pretty good game on that defense for the Panthers, and this is the first time we hear Peasley's name as well. This is a big 3rd down for the Panthers. They can stop and keep it to a 2-possession game. And I think if I'm Carmel, I give the ball to Downing. That running back has not been stopped.
Number 2 is a good option for the Greyhounds. Well, now Quigley's going to go under center here. And play action. Quigley throws, and it's dropped. Oh, my goodness, that would have been a first down. But the receiver dropped it. And that brings up 4th down, and they send Hannah on to try a field goal. He booted a 41-yarder earlier. This one will be with the wind at his
We have
back.
A flag on the field.
There is a flag down at the 8. I just noticed that. Did that come after the play? The officials are talking it over down here.
Yeah, I wonder if it was thrown after the play because the receiver got hit after he dropped it. I don't know if there was some helmet-to-helmet or what.
4th down, personal foul on Carmel.
Oh, wow. That
personal foul on Snyder, offsetting
Offset.
penalties.
All right.
Dead ball, offsetting penalty.
Carson Steele does it again.
He only went for about 65 yards right there. Here he goes. Right up through the middle. I said, what's the call on 3rd and 15? And Rick says, well, of course. It's handed off to number 30. He almost gets away, but he doesn't. But just a fabulous run.
From the near side, trying to give Carmel a 13-point lead here. We have 8:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Spot booted in that direction, and the kick is good. And
might be all said and done.
64 yards on the carry by Carson Steele. A low snap. Jackson Moore trying to make something out of it. I think he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Didn't make a lot out of it, but he did get back to the line of scrimmage. Bad snap. You don't want to. I don't know if it's bad enough that he shouldn't have. Yeah, it's pretty low, but he's able to get his hands on it.
Player injured. I believe that's for Avon on the Avon side of the field. So Jackson Moore gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Yes, it's an Avon player being looked at on the Avon sideline.
The football at the 15-yard line. Would have been advised to just let it roll dead and let him down it there. The pursuit was coming. He had no blockers. Trying to make something happen, I know, but situational football, Coach.
Well, the ball,
pure and simple.
Exactly. The ball's a little harder right now. I'm a little slip here, but boy, that ball's away from his body. You've got to keep that thing high and tight. Pressure points on all 3 parts of the ball. Great job by Bloomington South of getting down and causing that and making the ball get loose and then taking advantage of the fumble.
Tyler Dixon with the hustle play. So new life suddenly for Trent Richardson and company. See what they can do with it. They've been denied in the red zone before by Decatur Central tonight. They've been running the ball with some success. Terry trying to do just that. Gets a nice block and again plants that outside foot and gets up the seam and gets positive yardage for the Panthers.
Well, Terry, again, only a junior, but I love how explosive he is. Watch how he does this here. He puts it outside right foot and then it's north-south now. And for 155 pounds, that young man runs hard.
Low to the ground.
Yes.
Jordan Meeks into the ball game. He's a receiver. You see to the bottom of your screen on the right-hand side. Richardson and company got a bit of a roll here, looking for Bamba. Instead goes to Esgui, and pretty good coverage on the part of the Decatur Central Hawks. That's Jason Allen Jr. trying to atone for the miscue.
It's Lenny Bennett, the running back.
Out of the pistol formation, apparently. Bennett carries the ball off the right side to the 22-yard line.
There, so you've got Richardson and Bamba both playing with some sore ankles. Will not keep them off the field, but they are a little nicked up.
He can't begin to settle for 3 here if he doesn't convert.
No, you can't. No, I think it's 4-down territory.
At this point, especially with just 2 minutes left in the quarter. You see as Cooey, he's offset to the left. Terry, little run pass option. Throws it toward the goal line, and pretty good defense by the Decatur Central Hawks. Really did not have any options and threw it up a little short so it would not be picked off.
Well, the reason why, again, great job by Decatur Central here. You go for the touchdown here because even if you kick a field goal, you're still 2 possessions away. And so so that's why you go for it here. Worst case scenario, you call on your defense to try to get the ball back for you if you don't score. Or get a first down.
Jordan Meeks was the intended target, by the way, on that last attempt. So on 4th down and 3 now. South trying to keep it alive. Richardson throws it up for grabs, and it's almost picked off. Decatur Central shuts the door. They had it covered well.
Wildcat offense. He is their backup in these games right now. I know Darren Swanson also can play at quarterback, but I don't think John Barnes is injured.
They got 4 receivers now 3 to the right side. They fake the jet sweep, and the ball is carried by Bennett to the 35-yard line for 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So a different look to the Snyder offense now as they trail 13-0. 6:52 to go in the third quarter.
Joey Schmidt on the tackle. No Anias Lockett either. Or he's in the slot.
Yes, they got 2 receivers on each side. 2nd and 7 for Snyder from the 35. And it's Lockett coming from the slot back position, picking up 5 yards to the 40, a 5-yard gain for Lockett. But he's been held to 27 yards on 14 carries so far tonight.
Here can mean the difference easily between winning and losing.
All right, empty backfield this time. Here's Ayers. He's got to have first down. He needs about 20 yards. He's going to try to get a bunch of it. Here's the pass on into the end zone. It is knocked down, and they're waiting for a defensive interference call, making their appeal to no avail. David Baker.
There was certainly contact. Let's see how much. A lot of time to throw the football. The man's feet, his arms extended. No, I like it.
And he did well on that play.
That's a good one, Jim. Wells did good on that play. You're right. He's filling in for Braxton Mantell, no longer on the team. But Wells last week, in his first game ever as a tight end, all he did was catch 2 touchdowns.
That's a good way to start.
He was their quick tackle before last week. And with another player for the Panthers being let off the team, he stepped right in and did a good job.
Now Derek a slot on the near side. Sims split this side. And the quarterback keeps the ball on a big gain.
And a big hit.
That was Bennett again. Bennett back in the ball game out of the pistol or the Wildcat, and he picks up 11 yards. Snyder's moving the ball.
He's reading that tight end really well. He's been keeping that ball in the belly of the running back for long enough to get the defenders to show what they're going to do, and he's able to pull it out and run a big one there. But he did take a big hit, did Lenny Bennett.
And he got right back up. You like kids like that. And here's Lockett for a couple of yards before he slammed to the Greyhound Stadium turf at the 43-yard line.
Honestly, I think he was happy to give that ball up to Anias Lockett at that time.
So we're down to 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Snyder with a good-looking drive. They're at the Carmel 44. 2-possession game right now. Carmel 13, Snyder nothing. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers at the Carmel 44-yard line. Bennett gets a couple of blocks. He's tripped up and falls forward to the 42-yard line. Boy, that hole closed in a hurry.
Yeah, it looked like there was something there to the right side as they tried to go behind Randy Holtz. And now it's what about a 3rd down and 6?
3rd and 7, line the gain is the 35. Snyder going no huddle.
Oh, picked off by Indianapolis Cecina.
Well,
and I believe that's McCormick Messer that got it.
And we have give this young man so much credit for using his head. And sometimes in the heat of the battle, you're just trying to make a play. But as you called it, that's an ill-advised play. Last thing you wanted to do, give him the...
And that stops the clock with 3:58 to go in the third quarter and a critical 5-yard penalty against Snyder.
That is the second time almost in that exact same area of the field that the Panthers get moving too early on that offensive line. And maybe they called it on the running back that was coming in motion who turned upfield just a little bit too early. And now the Panthers will probably have to go with max protection. As you know, Carmel will be coming for the quarterback on this one.
Barnes in at quarterback. 3rd and 12 from the Carmel 47. Line the gains to Greyhound 35, and now a flag before the snap.
Maybe a sideline infraction.
The crowd quiets. Dead ball, offside, Carmel.
Wow.
So they get the 5 yards back.
All right, so we'll start over right where we were at before.
It's kind of like our family Christmas when we have that little lottery deal, you know.
Yeah, the white elephant sale there.
Yes.
Yeah.
3rd down and 7 for Carmel.
And Carmel will show 2 safeties over the top, and now they'll go man-to-man. across the board against the Panthers, and some confusion by Carmel's. There's only, nope, Panthers didn't see it early enough. They'll throw it out there to Sims.
And he makes the catch, but he's going to be stopped short of the marker at the 38-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 39. If that's the case, 4th and 4.
Man, they had Carmel, didn't they, Jim? There was 3 receivers with only 2 defenders over there, and they weren't able to recognize it early enough, and it's a big 4th down here for the Panthers.
Got to go for it.
And I saw Maxwell come off the field.
Barnes is in at quarterback. Line the gain is just short of the 35. And Barnes will throw. He fires. He's got a man inside the 30. First down, Snyder. And there is a guy you know, Ryan.
Yeah, I have to feed him.
Simon Dellinger, a big catch.
The Army recruit sat down right in the middle of the zone, and Barnes delivered a strike right to the big 6'7" tight end.
So Snyder keeps the football. It's at the Carmel 28, first down. Play action, Barnes down the middle. Look out, intercepted. Intercepted at the 10, up to the 25, to the 30. That's Nate Fry, his second pick of the night. And he returns it to the Carmel 46-yard line.
Did that ball get tipped?
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell if it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, but.
Decatur receivers.
Good strong run by Gibson. There's a good look at it there.
Yeah. He did score.
So the flag is down at about the 8-yard line, so they'll mark it off from there, I would think. And Decatur Central walking back will get the call from the official as we speak, and it is indeed a hold against the Decatur Central Hawks. But the carry was good enough for a first down. So the penalty backs the football up across the 15-yard line, so it'll be first down and about 6, maybe 7. So not a score, but, you know, not a horrible situation for Kyle and Wright's Ball Club.
Well, the clock's running. And I think that at this point, that is Decatur's best friend. And right now, the way they're running the football, I like what's going to happen next.
Will Gibson, running room, right side, gets a downfield block, and he's into the end zone. Decatur Central looking to put this one away.
What a great job. Ran a little trap play. Love those old-fashioned traps. And again, Gibson just does all the work there. Linemen do a great job. But again, great job of finishing on back-to-back plays. This one counts for 6 for Will Gibson.
Maldonado on to attempt the point after. Drayton Hazelwood will handle the hold. Snap good. Ball down, kick is up, and the Decatur set.
So he's getting some touches now. Downing looks like he's getting a break here.
Oh, White led the team in rushing. You know, I think he had close to 1,000 yards.
Yes, he did. 949 entering this game at 9 touchdowns. But we have not seen him a whole lot tonight. Until now. Second down and 7 at the Snyder 21 for Carmel. They lead 13-0. And the play is whistled down. They'll stop the clock with 1:02 to go in the third quarter. Flag is down. False start against Carmel. That'll be their 6th penalty for 45 yards. Snyder's been penalized 5 times for 35 yards.
You really get the feeling here, Jim, that Panthers have to keep them out of the end zone, whether that's a touchdown or a field goal to keep this game a two possession game, because you just don't know how many more possessions you're going to get.
You got to keep it a 2-possession game. They score here, it might be lights out, because Carmel's defense has shown they can play some football.
Yeah, just they're so big up front. Those linebackers can really move around and cover some ground.
And the way they're running the ball and keeping the clock moving, they're shortening up the game here. Second down and 12. Quickly hands it off. Look at White go. Inside the 15, another first down to the 13-yard line. And he's running through that Snyder defense like a hot knife through butter.
Absolutely. Had a big opening right there through the the left tackle and guard, and just the sea opened up, and he ran through, and Hoover with a touchdown-saving tackle for the Panthers.
Total yards, 289 for Carmel, 152 for Snyder. And Carmel leads 13-0, 30 seconds to go, third quarter. They're at the Snyder 13-yard line. And it's a carry for Downing as he gets back into the ball game. And Downing is stopped at the 5, and that might be the last play of the third quarter. And I got Downing over 100 yards now for the night. And they will not have time to get off another play. The third quarter will come to an end. We got 12 minutes.
Coach, they won the next 59 in a row. 60 consecutive wins by Fred Huff.
Well, I tell you what, the tradition of Bloomington South football dates back. Again, what Fred Huff did was just legendary. And, you know, what Mo is doing and has done is legendary. But just a tremendous school. Bloomington South, interesting fact, I believe every fall sport won a sectional. That's impossible. I mean, that just speaks to the type of young men and young ladies that they have at Bloomington South. But to win every sport to win a sectional is really impressive.
Terry gets back-to-back calls by Bloomington South and rewards them by getting the football to the midfield stripe. He gained about 1 there before he's wrapped up and dropped. I think Bloomington South might pick the pace up a little bit here, trailing 21-0 with 10 minutes to go.
Well, they're certainly going to have to probably look to throw the ball more than what they have thus far. And, again, Trent Richardson has shown us that he can do that.
Fade route up the right side. Pretty good throw. Pretty good.
13-7 your score. Fourth quarter just getting underway. Here is Ayers. He's got trouble, but he throws the little screen pass and overthrew the intended receiver out of the backfield, Middlebrook.
A lot of pressure that time.
Heard on Dwenger, they're up 30-0 on Angola in the third.
38-0.
38-0 now?
And it's also 38-12 Adams Central.
Okay, so fourth quarter underway here. Ball's at the Snyder 5, and Downing is stopped at the 2, but he looks to have enough for a first down. If that's the case, it'll be first and goal for Carmel at the 2-yard line with a chance maybe to deliver a knockout punch here.
Randy Holtz going double duty here for the Panthers as he comes up with a tackle.
First and goal at the 2. Carmel on top, 13-0. Quickly in the shotgun. Downing behind him. And it is quickly keeping the ball, and he is striving for the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Give that man 6 points. Quickly has his second touchdown of the night, fourth of the season, and Carmel now with a 3-possession lead at 19-0 with 11:34 to go in the game.
Yep, they might have had the knockout punch right there. Quigley with a nice 2-yard run as he got behind that ginormous offensive line and punched it in for another touchdown.
That drive started following the interception and the big return out to midfield. The extra point by Hanna is good. He sneaked it in the right.
They're going to go for all of it. They got a receiver. It is caught and it dropped.
Oh, my.
Hillman in and out of the hands, and he had his man beat.
Yes, he did. And that was one well of a throw in stride. He just could not bring it in. And I got to say, you don't think a temperature may be a piece, but the touch and feel, you just...
Spinning,
9 yards.
Picks up 9 yards. This Avon defense is gassed.
Yeah, and they looked up at the scoreboard, and they knew if they didn't score early in the second half that this game was going to be over. Even though Center Grove has not put points on the board, they have dominated the football game. Defensively, they have really taken away anything that Avon wanted to do. Then Avon, early in the third quarter, lost their quarterback, and now you get your second-string quarterback in there, and things haven't looked very good since.
Center Grove doing a much better job laying that play clock run down to 3 seconds. And here comes Brian Gaffney trying to get that 1 yard for the first down. He's got it. He got a couple of yards to the 15-yard line.
They
never did get him down. They finally blew it down because of forward progress had been stopped, but he never did go down.
Take a look at him. Boy, he hits that, puts that right foot in the ground right there, turns it upfield. He's got 5 guys on him. They never did get him down.
He scored last week, Ted, but of course it was negated because of a penalty. But I sure enjoyed seeing him run that 30-some-yard touchdown run last week. Let's see if they maybe go back to Gaffney. The ball's at the 15, 1st and 10 Trojans. Inside 7 minutes in this regional championship game. Center Grove in front, 14-zip, and here comes Carson Steele. And he's to the 12-yard line.
Steele plows ahead on the right side for a gain of 3.
3 yards for Carson Steele.
39 Peters on the stop for Avon. 2nd and 7.
Smash mouth ball at its very finest here in the 4th quarter by Coach Moore and the Trojans. Carson Steele over 200 yards rushing tonight. He's tied the season record for the most touchdowns, tying Titus McCoy with 28. From the 12-yard line, Steele spins and gets a tough 1 yard. 3rd and long coming up for the Trojans.
Well, for the most part, the Avon defense has done an outstanding job. I mean, other than a couple big plays, they've allowed Carson Steele to get loose. I mean, he got loose on a pass play early, then he got loose on the run for the touchdown, and then he got loose one more time. So 3 times he's gotten loose, but you just got to contain him. You cannot let him get away and get those big chunks because he, I mean, again, he's up over 200 yards for the 4th time, I think, this year. And he's just such a dominant force out there for this Trojan offense.
Steele, not much there. Good job by this Avon defense. Only 1 yard, so 4th down and 6 for the Trojans and the kicking unit.
Yep.
Eckert will come on to attempt a 27-yard field goal.
Yeah, and I like this a little bit more. I mean, he's going with the wind. He's right in the middle of the field. Looks like they're going to put it down about the 18-yard line. So that'll be a 28-yard field goal, I would say, very much in his range.
So a 28-yard attempt. High snap. Good job by Moore. He got it down. Plenty of leg, and it is good. Trojans lead it.
By Cecina. That one hurts. Western Boone in a little bit of field issue here, and just a trap play. You see the trap man. Good block, and then the runner does an awful lot. Boy, how big is that for Western Boone to get the 1st down?
Yeah, that was Weathington, by the way, the ball carrier. He and Washington going to back each other up. They've got the 1st down across the 40, well, right at the 45-yard line. 1st down and 10. Inside handoff to Weathington again. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets it across the 35, across the 30, pushes the pile forward, that inside the 25, still forward down to the 20-yard line. What a drive that time. From the 35 down to the 20, that's a 45-yard run.
And here's what the coach of Western Boone talked about all week. 6 years we have put this specific class, the senior class, in the weight room. And we are where we are because of the weight room. And what you seen there on that run, that was strength and power. He refused to go down. And it's one thing to refuse to go down. It's another to have the power not to go down.
Weathington is a senior, a second a junior, a 6-footer. 210 pounds, and they used all of those 210 pounds. Got an injured player out there now for Cecina.
For a 1st down, and it's Alonzo Derrick with the reception, and he's down to the Carmel 42.
Big 1st down for the Panthers there. That ball was just really thrown up really early by John Barnes. Did you see Derrick? He looked around to see if anybody was there. That ball had so much hang time underneath it. He looked around to see if the cornerback was there or a safety. Nobody was there, and a big 1st down, and they'll bring Bennett back out to run the offense.
But the clock continues to move. We're down to 8:15. Snyder needs to score, get an onside kick, score again, get another onside kick, get another score. 1st down at the Carmel 42, and it's a running play. Lockett is stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I believe that might have been Fry maybe on the tackle.
We've called his name a lot tonight.
McDonough, actually McDonough.
And Carmel looking at that clock saying keep going. We're down to 7:40. And
plays are not gonna-
Lenny Bennett, nothing doing.
Those plays just will not pick up any chunk yardage.
And that'll be a loss of 3. Back to the Carmel 45. Bring up 3rd and 13. Panthers behind the markers. Line the gain is the 32 of Carmel. And we're down to 7:20. We're not even to 9 o'clock yet, and we're almost done.
The Carmel has 4 linebackers in there. I would imagine 2 or 3 will be headed towards John Barnes on this play. It looks like they're going to show maybe zone defense. They are.
Barnes, quarterback draw. Can he get some room? No. 3 yards, and that's it. Good job there by the Carmel defense. They just are so disciplined defensively.
You saw before that ball was snapped, the entire defense communicating to each other on where to get to on the zone defense they were going to run there.
Ball and recovered by the Trojans. Center Grove ball.
Right in front of the bench. I mean, I don't think he was down. Number 4 caught the football, made a football move, and Center Grove knocks it loose. It's going to be right here at the bottom of your screen. You can see he makes the football move. It pops out before he goes down. And looks like
tonight for the Carroll defense, and that one will seal the deal for sure. Joey Schmidt, a senior, he has a pick 6 this year.
I believe it was Sharp with the interception. Sark. I believe he was the one that got injured earlier in the game. Yeah, number 59 with the interception.
So Snyder with a -3 tonight in the takeaway giveaway area. So they credit that interception again to, did they credit it to Sharp? Or
59.
I thought for sure 42 picked it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to stick with Joey Schmidt. It looked like 42 through my binoculars. Well, Carmel has the football and a 20-0 lead, and a running play loses yardage as Downing is dropped for a 3-yard loss.
Drive still might be, but they've got a long way to go now, Big.
Pressure, roll over right. He just kind of throws the ball up for grabs. He runs out of bounds, actually at the 31. And they'll turn the ball over on downs.
Well, there's another one of your secondary sacks.
Yep.
There was absolutely nowhere to throw to. Now, but he makes a better decision this time. Nowhere to throw it. Don't throw another interception. So that piece of the puzzle was good. But what a great Cecina defensive effort. But you can't help to think about how big was that penalty against Western Boone. It really took him out of scoring position.
You know, Jen, there haven't been many penalties, but the ones we've had have been significant.
Brutal.
All right, the ball is at the 31-yard line now for Indianapolis Cecina on a 1st down and 10. This will be the 5th possession of the second half for the Crusaders. Out across the 35, 36, 37. Now, you're in a situation, Jan, with 8:10 to go. You might, if you don't score here, you might get the football back. You might not get it back again. So you better do something with it if you're a Cecina fan.
I don't know if we've had an updated score, but at the half, Warren Central 14, North Central 14.
I'm not surprised. North Central has done a complete turnaround.
How about that?
That's going to be that'll be their toughest game this year. Here's the pass. It is to McCormick Messer. It is caught. He is out of bounds. Clock will stop. 47-yard line.
I'm sure there's an updated score, but that one just was sent to me, and I had not seen it yet. There's probably a newer score. We'll see if we can get that for you.
Warren. Proverbial icing on the cake for the Decatur Central Hawks. I don't think they'll be turning equipment in tomorrow.
No, I tell you what, great job of blocking up front. A little trap block, a little pull. Your lineman here, watch the right side lineman pull here for a little trap block. Great job. And then Gibson, watch how patient he is. We talked about patient earlier. He let his blockers downfield develop and then bounced outside. And boy, there was nothing but pay dirt in front of him. Really excited for Kyle Enright.
So it'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 2. Trips right side of the offensive lineup. Single out that single set back to the right to left side. Here's the pass incomplete. And it'll be third down. 13-7 your score, fourth quarter of play. We are under 7.
6 points.
That was a 45-yard fumble recovery.
Oh, that's what happens. Maybe you put the backups into the game too early. 45 yards on that fumble return. There goes the shutout for Carmel. Defense tells the offense, thanks. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
So that comes with 3:25 to go, Ryan. You know, I've seen some crazier things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they got to make the extra point. One thing Snyder never does during the season, which I really think they ought to work on it at some point, is kick an onside kick just to see if they can do it. And but this extra point, first of all, is the main thing.
This will make it 20-7 and cut Carmel's lead back to 13. So the defense getting points. And we got a guy who is running off the field now for Snyder. Boy, I hope they don't get a call for 12 men here.
They probably should have.
Waiting for the snap. Here it is, finally.
Block.
And the kick is blocked. And unlike in college or the NFL.
Right side, got a receiver caught at the 40. Good call, Jan.
Oh, I think he dropped it.
Knocked out of bounds at the 38. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was stripped. Sure was. It was in his hands. And the defender strips it out.
That's 3 times
so
now.
Look at this, Meg.
3 plays. The pass probably should have been caught. Let's watch the top of the screen.
Oh, it's right in his hand.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Absolutely right there. And just took his eyes. He ran before he tucked it.
That's the third successive possession by Cecina that they've turned the ball over on down. So now Wevo goes back with it. And with 6:46 to go, Jan, honestly, they can use a lot of this time up here.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Right side, running room this time for Wethington. And he will get almost 10 yards out of that. The drive beginning at the 45.
Time slowly ticking away here. Still a lot of it, but it goes faster when you're behind, I can tell you that.
He got 9.5 yards on that play. Logan Benson set to the top of the screen. Wide out, the only wide out. Got a couple of wingmen, put a man in motion, hand the ball off again. This is Wethington again. And Wethington continues to bully his way forward inside the 30, down to the 27 or 28-yard line.
How about that? Take a look at, boy, this young man's nothing but power. He's a big kid, but he's not just humongous, but he's got very strong.
Western Boone, one of 11 undefeated teams in the entire state going into the regional round of the tournament. 7-0 Sagamore Conference, won their 6th championship this year. Right now, with 5.5 minutes to go, they're on the doorstep of picking up this regional win and moving into the semi-state round next Friday. Right side, Wethington breaking free. He's going to walk into the end zone from 28 yards out.
Take a look. This is offensive line 101. It all starts with them. It's a trap play right over the right guard, and it's just enough that, boy, let's give a lot of credit to that offensive line. That hole was huge. Of course, the back did his job. He's phenomenal and should get all the credit. But those guys up front are just awesome. Go for two.
Go for two after missing that point after on the last touchdown. And they will get the touchdown, get the 2-point conversion easily. We'll take a break. We're going into the final minute here.
And now, all of a sudden, that bandwagon, not that people weren't on it, but there's a belief now. There's more of a swagger. And it's one of those things, again, the program was set. Mike Gillen did a great job. And then you've got Justin Dixon comes in here and just is solid, builds the program the right way. They've got great administrative support here, which is really key. And then you come in with Kyle Enright now, who has just kept the ball rolling, and now here they are going next week for a semi-state championship.
Jason Allen Jr. standing at about the 21-yard line, waiting on the punt. Cater puts a little pressure on the punter. Ball's going to get on the ground. It's going to roll dead at about the 37-yard line, and we're just waiting to put the wraps on this one.
Over.
Down to 2:15.
Yeah, Quigley back out there, isn't he, at quarterback? Or no, is it 12? Tyler Trent is still out there.
It looks like Tyler Trent in there at quarterback. No, that's Quigley. 17 instead of 12. And no matter who's quarterbacking, they're just continuing to pound the rock. 7 more yards for Downing. I got him at 135 yards on 19 carries tonight. His 45-yard run on the first play from scrimmage really set the tone for the night.
Yeah, in the season, Quigley only had 166 yards. Were they hiding him? Was he injured?
And again, at the start we noticed that they really don't have any eye-popping offensive numbers. They just have so many weapons, and they find a way to get the job done to these Greyhounds. 2nd down and about 2 at the 31, and they'll keep it on the ground, and they're going to be short of the first down at the 29-yard line. Downing the ball carrier again. And we're down to a minute to play.
Yeah, this will do it. If first down here, they'll be able to take a couple knees and run out the clock. They may even just take a knee here.
50 seconds to go.
Yeah, they could do that, Jim. They could take a knee and then take another knee.
It's 3rd down, about 1.5 yards. Quickly looks over to the sideline. Snyder's in no hurry to stop the clock. Play clock's at 1. They got it off just in time.
And now a penalty flag.
Oh, why? Oh, come on, man. People are cold. Little extra stuff.
And now
maybe.
Another flag.
Chili running a little bit hot right now.
I'm looking at the second half drives. The first couple of drives, not particularly impressive. The third drive, they had it for 10 plays. They had it for 7 plays in the 4th drive, and the last drive, 7 plays, and they still can't get anything out of it. In those 3 instances, turned the ball over on downs.
They had nothing to show for 3 excellent scoring drives, and that really, to me, is the story of the game right now, is their inability on those 3 drives to come away with anything.
And they've had at least 3 passes that should have been caught.
Yep.
So it's a first down and 10. He'll pass on the flat on the near side, get it out across the 35 to the 40, and out of bounds over the near side. Pass caught out of the backfield by Tavon Middlebrook. That'll stop the clock.
Now for Weibo, they cannot take their foot off the gas pedal at all. To me, they played a little soft right there. They didn't attack defensively. They kind of waited till the player got there. I get it, you don't want anything deep, but you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal.
Lots of time to throw. The pass is caught at the 49-yard line. It's caught by Barnes.
Nope.
Now they're going to call it incomplete now.
Yeah, he lost it the last second as well.
Justin Pelly in his 6th year at Western Boone, 50-19 as the head coach. Getting a little noisy around here, isn't it?
Well, everybody knows you don't win, you go home, and both these teams are so excellent, 1 and 2, and both of them had their goals set on Lucas, I can tell you that.
2nd down. Throwing, trying to get it all. Got a receiver upfield. It is incomplete again. 2 defenders back. We talked about the defense by Western Boone's secondary. There's another indication of how good they have been.
Well, that last hit kind of delayed him just a little bit.
Looking at the roster, I mentioned Justin Pelly, Denny Pelly. His father is one of the assistants on this club. Coached at Speedway for
a lot of
forever.
years at Speedway, yeah.
coming to the near side, should get out of bounds. He's going to be shy of the first down, so the clock continues to run as Ayers gets it across the 50 down to the 49.
See, and there's a small error there. You got to get out of bounds. You need 2 scores. Every time you can stop that clock, it's a helpful thing to your team.
4th down, long 5 for the first down. This is your ball game right here.
This could be the ball game for sure.
This is going to be it. If you don't get something out of this, Cecina's got little or no hope. Ayers throwing over the middle. It is caught at the 42. Take it inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line.
Gary, how big is that play?
Oh, that's a monster.
Yeah, you don't make this. This thing, for the most part, is over. They are still alive. And this young man just throws a strike right down the middle. And this is a have-to catch. Big catch.
First down and 10. They move the ball on the near side. The pass is caught on the near side by McCormick Messer. He'll go inside the 30 to the 29. It'll be shy of the first down. The clock continues to wind. Now they're going to take a timeout. Cecina with the timeout. I think that's their first here of the second half. Yeah, hold on a second here. They spot the ball down. Now they've not indicated. No, they just blew the ball dead. Well, we had apparently an injured player, so that's the reason they stopped the clock. So now they'll rewind it. It's inside 4 minutes. Now we got a whistle and a flag. It's going to be a false start against Cecina. That'll back them up from the 30 to the 35 and make it a second down and about 6 to go for the first down.
Come on, the play clock's running.
Down to 14 on the play clock. Got to get going here. 9, 8, 7. Now what?
We got a break.
Timeout taken by Western Boone.
Yeah, Western Boone takes the timeout. And we will do the same thing. There's the score, 19-7, Western Boone over Cecina. 4th quarter of play with the clock showing 3:49 here in the 4th period on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is old you. And this is now you.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Recapping, no score at the end of the first quarter of this game. At halftime, Cecina led 7-0. Western Boone put 13 on the board in the 3rd quarter of play. And now with the clock showing in the 4th quarter, 3:49 to play, they lead 19-7. Cecina with the football on a second down and about 7 yards to go for the first down. They need something, and they need it in a hurry if you're a Crusader fan. Here's Ayers. Lots of time. Now a defender comes in from behind and takes him down to the 31. That defender was Patrick Schellenberger.
Western Boone had all safeties, linebackers back. Their number one goal, keep it in front of them.
3rd down.
Got to get a first down here, Big.
Got to. He can run for it. Instead, opts to hold up and throw it away.
There's nobody there. There it is, yeah.
Now there's the flag. It'll be intentional grounding.
There was nobody within anywhere. That's a loss of down, too.
Ayers had the entire right side of that field wide open, Jen. I think he could have run for it, but he had his mind set on finding the receiver.
Now it's 4th down.
All you do is run and get in first down and go out of bounds. Now we've heard it stomach.
I'm like you, Bake. I thought he had some real estate left. If he would just took off and go.
Yeah. Scores continue to roll across the bottom of your screen. Center Grove doing a number on Avon. I thought that might go the other way, as a matter of fact. Chittard strong again, putting up 49 points already in that game against Trial West. Got a good one going, Castle and Columbus East.
You just never know, do you?
No.
You don't know. You get this level, anything can happen. All good teams. Here we go, Beck. This may do it.
Yeah, this is your ball game right here. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Empty backfield. They've got wide receivers set at both sides of the offensive line of scrimmage. Ayers throwing, upfield, incomplete.
Underthrowing.
Well, this has been a really tough second half.
Boy, it's been the tell of 2 halves, though. Boy, early on, after Cecina got that score and got going, boy, they just kind of dominated. We talked about they had 39 plays to 20 plays of Western Boone, double the number of plays in that first half. Since that time, it's been Western Boone.
Listen to this, Jan. 6 possessions in the second half for Cecina,
yeah,
right?
Right.
Punt, fumble, downs.
Yeah, just you can't come away empty-handed against too good a ball club in Western Boone not to come away with some points.
So Weeble has the ball at the 41-yard line. Western Boone looking to go 13-0 on the year. Justin Pelly looking to pick up win number 51.
Substitution on the Crusaders.
Cecina with 2 timeouts. You see those little bars underneath the name. That means timeouts. Cecina is still with 2 less. Weeble has no intent to use any timeouts.
An illegal substitution called against Cecina. That'll cost him 5 more. It'll be first down and 5. I mentioned Western Boone has already beaten 2 of the teams that are still alive in the tournament. 5A Harrison West Lafayette 26-0. 3A Tri-West 7-0. So they have proved their mettle, Jan, against some pretty good ball clubs this year.
This would be a sweet revenge if they can hang on after the loss last year.
And they'll get a first down. Last year, this ball club, Western Boone, was 9-4. They lost to Cecina 48-33 in the regional. They won their first sectional a year ago since 2001. I mentioned they've been ranked number 1 throughout much of the year. Associated Press and the football coaches had them number 1 at the end of the season. Sagarin had them number 36. Out of all the teams in the entire state, they had them ranked number 36. We mentioned if you take in now the tournament numbers, they are now tied for 10th in the entire state in offensive average, number 5 in defensive average, and number 4 in average margin of almost 37 points a game. It's been a totally different kind of a ball game tonight, Jan. We expected a high-scoring affair, and I think they, as we pointed out, I think they both just kind of offset each other tonight.
No doubt about it. Got an up-to-date score. North Central scores. They got 24. They only got a field goal. And then Warren Central comes right back. They get a touchdown. Still early in the 4th. It's Warren Central 28, North Central 24.
Oh, what a game, huh? The history of this ball club, Western Boone, they've won 9 sectionals, 4 regionals. The last time they won a regional was 1998. They won a couple of semi-states and 1 state championship. They were the 2A champions in 1988, beating South Spencer 14-7. Jeff Pearson was the guy who was coaching this ball club back then. They angled off to the left side. Ball carriers Weathington. They were the 2A runner-up and lost to Jimtown in 98, 28-0. Again, Jeff Pearson was the head coach of the ball club back then. They've got a good timeout taken by Cecina. They've got a good track record, Jan, and it looks to me like right now, barring some kind of a miracle with 1:38 to go, that they're going to be heading to the semi-state.
Yep, they for sure are. And boy, this is just one of those games that kind of went back and forth, and it really was a defensive type ball game, except for the fact that Weeble late here has been able to run the ball very effectively with those 2 long power runs, shall we say, that really took care of business. But it wasn't until then it was anybody's ball game. And as you read earlier, boy, just those 6 different drives that Cecina could not come away with points. And you have to think about a couple of those drives, if you remember right, had key penalties that took them out of scoring drive position.
We haven't seen anything on the Paoli South.
I'm going to see if I can get that for you.
Paoli and Southridge are the 2 teams that would meet. Here's another carry on the ground.
Clock down to 1:30 to go now in this contest.
Right now, Southridge leads 21-14 over Paoli, but that's just a halftime score, Bake.
Okay, they're playing at Southridge, by the way. And if Western Boone wins this game, with they're down to the minute 10 to go, and looks like they're going to. I think they're going to take the victory knee right now. So Western Boone will be home next Friday night, assuming it is a Friday game. That could well be a Saturday game.
Right.
They will be hosting either Paoli, a 12-0 ball club right now, or Southridge, a team that's 9-3.
Yeah, if Southridge could hang on, that would certainly be a little bit of an upset there. But right now, that's an early score, 21-14. Southridge at halftime has the lead. This is going in the books, Bake.
That need be the last play of the game.
How about that?
Western Stars 19, Cecina Memorial.
Well, you have to
Crusaders
wait a whole
7.
year, and you know that every chance that Western Boone could talk about losing, hey, a little extra time in the weight room, hey, a little extra practice, guys that will be the difference to beat a Cecina ball club that's awesome this year.
Well, again.